It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 cheer. Loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 cheer. Loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Talk Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective, and more importantly, wake up, because it is the Blue Morning Show. And today we have a live edition of the Chelsea Predicted Lineup Show. I do hope you're all doing well, and it is a London derby, and this is match day proper. And we will have fun trying to predict Enzo Maresca's starting 11. And today, the script writers, they have been busy. Noni Madueke returns to Stamford Bridge today, but he is wearing a different color. Yeah, except if you live under a rock, you know he's no longer a Chelsea player. He joined our rivals. But more importantly, welcome to Chelsea Perspective once again, and also the Blue Morning Show, a massive London derby coming on. What should Enzo Maresca do? Should he hand a huge starting opportunity to Estevão Magical Willians? Or, okay, are we going to see Liam Delap slug it out with Arsenal defense? But here's the thing, we don't know. We will have fun and try to go by the pattern of selection we've seen from Enzo Maresca and try to, more importantly, correctly predict his starting 11 today. But that's by the way, I'm going to say hello to those of you in the chat. We will start by going news hunting. I don't think there's anything important out there, but I'm going to keep us busy with that to see if more panelists would join me here so that you can get a diversified opinion. Sorry, my voice sounds a bit different. That's because, I'm fighting cold, but Dante sent me something special that has helped. If it wasn't for that, I'd be down with it right now. Big up to you, young Gunner. You've become a friend of the community, and I appreciate you stopping by to say hello. 1-1 draw, he says. Rice scores first and Gittins to score. Wow, you sound like an Englishman mentioning two English men to score. Anyway, you're out, and worst of luck to me. Okay, back at ya, man. Back at ya. Okay. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. More importantly, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this particular morning. Already, we have 41 people following the show, 11 likes already, but we can do a lot better than that because 41 people following the show on YouTube. If half of you take a second to drop a like on the video, we'd have at least 20 likes. In total, we have 56, 41 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook, or that equally. Cucurella doesn't know. But if you're following the show on X or Facebook, please take a second, drop a like on the video for us, and also follow our X or Facebook account. Help us reach 7,000 followers on Facebook, and help us 2,000 followers on Facebook, and help us reach 7,000 followers on X. We'd really appreciate that. Yes, we still do beg for likes and follow us because we're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. It's a gradual process, and thank you. Couldn't have done it alone. Your support has been immense, and we're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. Currently, We're at 28K 555. Who else? There are more comments here, more people to say hello to before we continue. Give me 1 second here. Um, yeah, let's say good morning to you, Set Puff. Pepra, is that how you pronounce Set Pepra? I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Today's match will be 2-2 draw. It's a numbers screen draw. Numbers, you can say statistics, aka numbers, scream draw. Why? Because the average Arsenal's average goal per game is 2.02. Chelsea's is around 1.8.9 or at most 2. Even if Arsenal's is slightly more, it's still within the margin of an error. So it's a sort of game that usually end in a draw, but you cannot script football. The game is played over 90 minutes plus added time, so anything can happen. And for a lot of people, even though despite what numbers say, they don't give Chelsea a chance. They think Arsenal will mop the Stamford Bridge carpet with us, and that's how I like it. When we go into games as underdogs, I'm usually not concerned. And our current squad, for me, the pattern I've seen, the bigger the occasion, the more confident I feel. So, but that's by the way. Let's see. The Blues is the winner. The Jen Kidusan, I hope we win. Let's see. The Blues wins by 2, goes to 1. Okay, we'll see 2-0. CFC Gamer thinks it ends in 2-0. Thank you for saying that. Let's see what we have here. On a Richard, no, Richard Dochiba. I hope I did not butcher your name. Apologies. Says 2-1 Chelsea. All right, we will see. I have Bobby and the legendary Bobby in the house. He's returned from vacation. I think he was with us on the show the other day, but probably dozed off because he was tired after his long flight or maybe drive from where he went to vacation for. But that's by the way, Bobby. Thank you and welcome back. Welcome to the lineup live version of the lineup prediction show. We're changing how we'll present the show to our followers, breaking them down, experimenting what works better. But more importantly, Bobby, thank you for joining. I do hope you're doing well. And I'm going to ask you a question we usually ask during prediction shows. Are you looking forward to this one, Bobby?
Yes, coach. Yeah, I came back from a holiday on an island called Comino.
Mm.
Just one of the three islands of Malta.
So
So
surrounded by
yeah,
water, a lot of fun for you.
yeah, it was at this time of year. It's more spring-like weather, but the evenings are cold. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, today's game. Oh gosh. Hmm. All I
All right.
can
While I
say
wait for Bobby
is.
to come, go ahead. Go ahead. I
Oh,
thought
oh,
you got disconnected.
no, I was just trying to gather my thoughts because all I can say is that we have hope, and I can't really go beyond that right now. We're facing a very prepared, very formidable outfit with very good strength in depth, and I don't think they have any. Forget all this nonsense they're talking about Trossard. They have no injuries. They never have injuries facing us, whereas we still have a Cole Palmer who his match readiness is suspect, and we're still without Slavia and Colwill, which is a significant part of the team. We have never faced them with a full itinerary of fit players, which is unfortunate, really. But let's see what happens. It's possible that we can beat them. It's not likely, but it's possible. It all depends on how we apply ourselves with to the game. If we play a game of fast, crisp passing, aggressive on and off the ball, I think we can shock them. The issue one of the weapons we have to rely on today is the shock factor, and the home fans will be very important as well. it is an interesting game, and perhaps the biggest test we've had all season so far.
Uh, it, which of the teams would you say is under more pressure? I think it's them.
Well, as the league leaders, they will be under more pressure. They're
And the
expected
fact
to
that they're
win.
the favorites going into the game. I get it. We
Yeah,
have a good side, but they're more drilled. Their
yeah.
project,
They're older.
um, you could say, they've, um, they've progressed more than us because they started a while ago. I get it. They've made a few changes here and there, but not as many changes as we've done. That you could argue that what I'm seeing from the Arsenal content, a big content create big accounts on X, it reflects the fact that they're concerned because you
Yeah,
could argue
I
they're the ones they're talking the most. They you could say they're not relaxed. I
the
know
pre-
they are. They're just projecting. They are. They mentioned Chelsea fans how we're scared. How they. It just for me. It's all projection in my opinion. But let's hear you.
the pressure is definitely on them. They are expected to win. They are the more settled side. They are the longer settled establishment. The manager has been there for what, 6 years. The club, everything is pointing towards them, and I think they are nervous. They know that Chelsea is just the type of team that can upset them, that can beat them. And so they're nervous. They know they are in the driving seat, but there's this element of uncertainty about them. So they do project. They try to see if they can reverse that nervousness on us. But it's not going to happen because we know our team is young. We know they're developing. We know they're learning. And to be honest, I don't think Chelsea fans are nervous about this game. They're just, well, let's go in and see how good an account we can give of ourselves. I think that is the temperature I'm feeling amongst the Chelsea fans. And they're hopeful, but they're not. They're not. So we're certainly going to do this. We're no, they're just relaxed and hopeful. That's the temperature I'm feeling around this game.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bobby. Always nice to have you back. Let's see. AD Love for Blue. It's been a minute, bro. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the conversation. He says, "Hello, Kachila. We have to win to make a statement. But I know I think, yeah, the aim definitely would be to win the game. But I think they are under more pressure than we are. The manager, especially, so he has to win it this season. Otherwise, he'd be deemed." You could say, what's the language I'm looking for? You could say they'll start questioning whether he's the man or not. They've done that already. So this is a season for him to prove that, yeah, he knows what he's doing. So the players too also under immense pressure. We go into the game with nothing to lose and give it our all. Uh, Hopefully will come out on top at the end of the day. So we have Roland Darkmore says that Delap starts, but Estevao, okay, Palmer and Pedro, James coming at the same time during the second half of the game to make it more intense. I think James is going to start, but yeah, we'll get to the lineup prediction exercise proper. And I have a Jay in the house. Big up, Jay. Thank you for joining the conversation. And please, as you're joining, kindly do us a favor, take a second to drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Whether we have here, yes, Chelsea fan. If you're loving the energy today, drop a like. Let's push the stream up. The algorithm. Your one like makes a huge difference. Just a like. It takes just about a second to drop a like on the video. Let's make it to 100 likes plus today. Once again, we've done that like I think 3 times now within the week. So let's keep it going. Big up to you, too, Ibro. Nice to see you. Don't want I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. 16 likes. We can do a lot better than that. 51 people following the show on YouTube. If half of you like the video, would have at least 25 likes. But that's by the way. Let's go I still call it news hunting because a lot of stuff out there, you could argue news items, not fresh, mainly commentary, some of which are still about, many of which is still about the uh, Chelsea win against Barcelona, statement win, actually, historic, in my opinion. Next month, let's see what's okay. Vince mentioned in a point here. This is his opinion, but I think it's going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to read it for the audience. And it reads, next month will clock Arteta's sixth year as Arsenal manager. He has managed to make it work eventually. And could finally win the Premier League title this season after 6 years. That's the truth. You can argue the signs are good for them, but he has to top it up with a trophy, in my opinion. Otherwise, they will start questioning his tactical acumen, irrespective of how well they've done or if they've come second in 7 consecutive years. You just have to win it. It's as simple as that. And the second paragraph reads, the fact that Chelsea are talked about in the same breath as Arsenal is down to the work Maresca has done in less than 18 months in charge of Chelsea. I have to agree. Um, Arteta, I respect him a lot. Tactically, I think he's good. The question is he good enough? The fact that, yeah, he's come second place in 3 consecutive years, only one trophy, the one he won against Chelsea, nothing else to show for it. I think he needs to do a lot more. So, but for Maresca, yeah, for the people to be talking about Chelsea in the same breath, for me, shows how good of a manager Maresca is. He's an excellent tactician, and I would take him over Mikel Arteta anytime, any day. And the other paragraph reads, of course, he won 2 titles in his first season already and could add to it this season. The point is, Arsenal deserve to be where they are after 6 years of work, while Chelsea are punching above their weight. I agree at the moment, way ahead of time, in my opinion. And the Cake Sam Jet, be careful. The AI would delete your message because the pattern will perceive the pattern of message you sent as spam, will delete it and time you out. So be careful, but it's time really. So the last paragraph on this one reads, now I was just telling you and it happened. So be careful. Patterns like that will look at spam. We will see it as spam, and probably has timed you out already. And I don't know how to. I haven't had the time to look at the AI to make it a bit more lenient. So please do not type in that pattern. You won't see it again as a real message. Of course, he won the titles, 2 titles. I think I've read that paragraph. The last paragraph reads, now imagine Chelsea under Maresca in 6 years, but I think we will definitely start competing serious for titles next season. That has been my prediction, and it still looks like it. He's won 2 trophies already. 2 trophies, you could argue, both bigger than what Ateta won. Yeah, 2 titles is won at Arsenal in 6 years. Maresca has won 2 non-domestic titles, one European title and one global title, bigger than the Champions League, bigger than the Premier League, bigger than the. So what else do you want to know? So already he's beaten that already. But we would like him to add the Premier League and the Champions League to that, and I think he's capable of doing that. We need to give him time. And one thing I like about him is he always admits that he's still learning. Maybe it's just him being humble, but I trust him. I know he's not perfect. Even Pep still adapts. Yeah. So it's time. Cake Semjet. I like that name. Thank you for joining the conversation. And please refrain from typing in that manner. The AI that's policing the chat will not see it as a real message and will punish you by timing you off for 5 minutes. Francis Winters, it's been a minute. Nice to see you once again. Big up to you too. And hopefully your absence simply means you've been busy. And if that's the case, we're happy for you because, yeah, bills don't pay themselves. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. And if you have any questions, put it in the chat. Would like to read it. And if you, yeah, let's hear from you. Are you looking forward to the game? Are you concerned whatever you're feeling, let us know. And Bobby, if I'm as I read these commentaries mainly, because I don't think there's anything fresh out there, but I just want to keep us busy with what we have. We have to work with it to see if more people will join the panel so that the audience will get diversified opinion. So here, this tweet, will hunt Nino until Caicedo retires. So dropping opinions on X isn't easy because people expect perfection every time, but these things can easily go south. If you can clock 710 regularly, you should be respected. Those guys that drag you avoid dropping points. Heston, somebody is cooking. Nino, who at the time when we signed Caicedo, put out this particular tweet. I think that's a screenshot there. Might be a real tweet, which reads, "Wasting time and money on Caicedo when Sofian Amrabat is right there." Classic Chelsea. So the question I want to throw at Nino at this point is, how is Sofia Amrabat doing? Yeah. I didn't question the signing of Caicedo. I knew it was, again, the better option for us, actually. Don't get me wrong, Rice is an excellent player, but I would have still, chosen Caicedo over Rice. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
I
let's
don't
see.
think.
We have to end Arsenal today. We are world champions, I believe, 3 points today. I mean, we can. Bobby, were you saying something? Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying I don't think we can complain about any of the midfield. We have an
Hmm.
excellent midfield. I'm hoping Dario Sugo is fit enough to be on the bench because at some point or other we have to play with three men in the middle. I think one of them initially will be Reece James, but we need
Santos
Dario.
is there. Did you watch the last game
Yes,
where he played as a six? Did you watch it?
Santos is there. Yes, we could try him. I don't know if height wise it might be a struggle because Arsenal with their long throws and so on, they will try and exploit that. But yeah, he's there. But I still would feel more comforted having a Sugo in on the bench as well if he's fit enough.
He might be on the bench, but and that sort of, you could say it'd be that sort of, you could say he'd be included in this match day squad, but the manager will not. You could say he wouldn't risk fielding him if it's not needed. He wouldn't
Yeah,
risk fielding him unnecessarily. Yeah, go ahead.
that's true. I mean, the Leeds game I think is coming up on the Tuesday or the Wednesday straight after, and that could be a good game for him
Probably
to,
too soon
to be
because Reese.
involved.
You remember how Leeds they played under, what's that Argentine, Marcelo Bielsa,
Yes,
high
no,
octane.
they will try and
Yeah, they still play
this.
like that. So I don't think he would even risk playing him 90 minutes or even 45 minutes in that risk game because they will stretch him to that. But go ahead.
Well, it depends on how fit he is. But the Leeds game would be good because I think they will try and counterattack a lot.
They actually they don't necessarily defend deep. Did you watch their game against Man City?
No, no, I don't.
Ooh. They came back from 2-0 down, equalized. City needed one more goal to beat them. I think that was how it ended. But
Yeah,
go
they
ahead,
got
what you were
it.
saying.
They got it. I mean, I wouldn't want to watch Leeds and Man City, but I know what happened. They came from two goals down. A bit of I don't know. They just have this weird way. They're a weird team. But for someone like Asugo, it would be a good opportunity for him to get some minutes. That's all I'm saying. And
Here's the thing. I'm just trying to see things from the perspective of how they play. High octane, quick, which for me would a bit too much for a player that you could argue probably before on the date of the game. I don't think he'd be 100% fit. Remember that the initial, we were told before that he was going to come back January period. So early return doesn't necessarily mean he's 100% fit. I think we're probably just, you could say, getting him ready because the festive period is upon us. and we'll be needing a lot of our players available. So I think his integration back into the squad will be a gradual process and a cautious one, to be more specific. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It sounds right. But I was just saying, if he's anything near fit, he should be on the bench. If he's not, then we have enough with Andre Santos.
Oh yeah, and I think you could argue he's the more integrated. You could say he's learned more about how the manager likes to approach the game than Esugo, because Esugo hasn't been available, and Santos he's played as a six and was excellent on the day. You would just think about, because you were on vacation, and I'm quite sure you missed that game. He played 90 minutes and read the game very well, popping up in areas in our boxes, clearing crosses. I think it was, who was that? Was it Burnley? Who was that we beat? Um,
Burnley.
Scott Parker's team, Burnley. So he was excellent on the day. He made Tosin look like John Terry.
Mm.
Yeah, he was good. He was good at breaking up the opposition play, read the game very well, and connected the defense with the attack excellently well. But go ahead, what you're saying.
No, that's part of it. You know, their midfield is very important. The attacking movement of Arsenal is very, very important for us to have our defenders alert. I really, really think someone like Fofana has to be there. Hopefully, he's fit. And who's going to partner him? I may be brave, and I know this won't happen. He'll probably play Chalaba, but I would have put Achimpong because he's fast, he's mobile, and he's good. But
I
we'll
mean,
see.
never doubt Enzo Maresca.
Yeah,
Never doubt it. He might do it. He's proven to be predictably unpredictable. I know he likes the kid, but for some reason, he's played so little of late. We don't know, but I trust his judgment as a manager. But he came off the bench, I think, was it against Barcelona? Yeah, and
yeah.
did well. So we might see him on the day. But given Arsenal's aerial threat, which I know 90% of our ability to deal with that would be what's his name? Uh, Robert
Chalaba
Sanchez
and
being on his, you could say, being at his best on the day in terms of high claims, because he's been the reason why we've been able to deal with set piece situations from mid-season 24-25 till date. He's improved significantly, and I think we might see Tosin actually, but all the aspect of our game would change. If we see Tosin, which means we'd play in a manner where we don't risk leaving him, you could say, wanting at any period in time in terms of accelerating to catch up with an Arsenal player on the break. We might, I'm not too sure, because that's an area of the pitch where the manager has rotated a lot. I still think we're going to see Fofana. Surprisingly to me, he's surprised me the most. We might still see him. He's been our best defender since he returned from injury.
no, Wesley Fofana is an excellent defender. His problem was fitness. Well, as
Hmm.
far as his being a shoe in the Chelsea defense, it's a certain. The best defense centre back pairing was him and Levi Colwell.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping he's fit enough for this game because we definitely need him for a game like this.
I think he
And
is. I,
Chalobah is
I don't
okay.
know. Let's see what the manager does.
You know, he plays well with Chalobah. The only thing about Chalobah is that he's always, you know, he's susceptible to the odd mistake, which can be costly in a game like today where the performance has to be flawless. But Chalobah is a very experienced defender now. He's good aerially. He's tenacious. He can carry the ball and he can score. So um, him and Fofana as centre backs, I think, is definitely what we're going to see today.
And he's becoming a leader. I'm
Yeah.
paying attention to his behavior whenever we score, how he's usually the one calling the players together. I think he's you could say how do I phrase this? You could say he's taking it upon himself, or maybe realizing, yeah, he should. You could say he's of that age where he should be leading the younger ones, in my opinion. But go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, he's not very old himself. I mean, how old is
No, he's not,
Chalobah?
but he's one of the
24, 25.
oldest.
Yeah, but yeah, he's amongst the more mature in the squad. And yeah. Look, today is going to be interesting. Their physicality and height is a challenge. But I think we can just about meet them with the physicality. Whether we can meet them with the height is something that we're going to have to see.
Here's the shocking thing, Bobby. When I saw it, I didn't believe it. I compared the two teams, so they edged us in all metrics, in every metric except physicality. We edged them slightly on physicality. I couldn't believe it. But eye test
Mm.
would tell you that actually they are the more physical side. I think probably because they are good. You could say how their brilliance when it comes to set piece is the reason why it's easy just to conclude that yeah, they're actually the more physical side. But
No,
eye
I don't.
test,
I don't believe
but
that.
not but numbers show that we're actually the only metric where we edge them, where we're better than them slightly. Physicality. I could not believe it
No,
myself.
I don't believe it. I mean, look, they have
Because yeah, it's
very
easy.
physical
But go
players.
ahead.
They're very physical. Rice, what's the other guy in midfield? Zubimendi, Calafiori. They have physicality everywhere. Even on the wings, Noni is not exactly a small player. No, I don't. Saka also, he's not a small player. No, I don't. That metric is skewed.
All right,
It's a
thank you so much.
skewed
Let's catch
stat.
up with what we have. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Were you still speaking? Sorry.
No, I'm saying it's a skewed stat. I think we may be able to cope with them, but I think what I mean, who have they got? Their centre backs.
Gabriel isn't available. I'd be shocked if we see him.
No,
They have
he's
what's his name? The other kid. I like how
Saliba,
his name.
Sadibe, whatever.
William Saliba is the Frenchman, but there's the other one. I can't remember his name.
Oh, I know you're talking about the 19-year-old or something.
Is in 19. I don't know his age, but yeah,
Alaviba or something. Yeah, they have a lot of physical players. Look, they're a good team. There's no doubt about it.
well
Um, uh,
drilled,
yeah,
everything.
yeah. But I just think, if we get it right today, um, we have physicality in the presence of what's the name of the guy that scored? Liam Delap and Jao Pedro. I think we can cause them problems today. I think
We
we can.
can, yeah.
They will focus a lot on being compact, and if we move the ball quickly, we can get past them. I think we can cause them a lot of more problems than people realize.
Yeah, it might end up being that sort of game where so much focus on tactical aspect of the game that it becomes boring.
Possibly, I'll take boring if we win. I don't mind winning boring. That's never been a problem to
No,
me.
it's not. It might end in most likely. This game is most likely to end in a draw, Bobby. Could end up breaking in favor of either of the two sides. Because here's the thing: both managers will be cautious. Would be better off not losing. Will be
Well,
better winning. You get the point. Them, the same thing. They'd be better off not losing. They will take a point. I think the same thing for us. That's one of the reasons. Besides, they say the goals per game for each of the teams. One of the main reasons why we could end up seeing a draw is this is the sort of game both managers wouldn't want to lose. They're gonna play with caution. They will employ a very cautious approach because yeah, if they lose, they drop 3 points. We earn 3 points. If we lose, the disparity in points, but it will be 9, and you see, and we will drop to around like a fourth or third place. But go ahead with what you're saying.
No, I think you're right. Nobody's going to is going to come into the game recklessly. Well, I hope
Mhm.
not. Anyway, certainly from the Chelsea point of view, um, and they know that the stakes are high. But it's a funny one. I don't know how I'm feeling. I really don't know how I'm feeling. But I'm trying to suppress the feeling that we're going to cause them a problem today. I don't know.
Because the signs are we're capable of doing that.
It's not even science. It's just the reality
It's a
of how
reality.
the
Yep,
team
yep.
is.
Hmm.
It's and I'm almost afraid to admit that to myself.
Yep. Self implosion. All right. All right, let's catch up with what we have here. And smash the like button. Francis Winter reminds everybody, yes, let's get the likes up. I would play Santos, Enzo, and Caicedo. I'd like to see that three-man midfield, and that's the sort of thing Bobby likes. We might see that today. Pedro, and let's see Ibrahim saying, my bro, saying, I don't think Palmer starts today, but comes on a second half, mainly due to not playing intense football in months. Bobby, you were saying something. Okay. One second. You think, let me add you to this particular window. I haven't. Sorry about that. And there you go. And we could see him share the halves, 50% with Estevao. He could start, but play only one half. Or maybe come on the second half, but most likely he'd be introduced in the second half. But we'll see. What else do we have here? Yeah. But here's something I want us to talk about. That report that announced that he's available for selection. There are two reports, but I'm a bit skeptical with regards to the follow up report. The first report just said he's back, and did say something to the effect of him being available for selection and will play a part in the game. And then the second report, follow up report, then said he's available to start or to play, which doesn't make sense. There's a way you can say if you paid attention beyond, or if you're not the sort of person that once you see that Palmer is back and play and start, you don't pay attention. You just run with you say what makes sense to you that he's back and he's actually ready to start. That's it. But if you paid attention to it, the part of the report that reads that yeah he's available and ready to start, something to that effect, is presented. It is in a square braces, which usually by you can say rule of writing or whatever you want to call it, professional writing, whatever you want to call it, means that that's not the exact quote. Now, the person
Well,
presenting the quote changed something, and
yes,
that aspect I don't trust it. So, which means I'll just go with Palmer not being ready to start. Go ahead, Bobby.
I can't complicate this. Enzo Maresca in his match preview categorically replied, and you can go back and watch the video, that Palmer is available to start and or come off the bench.
So why does the
So,
guy have it in square braces?
well, people write what they will write, wouldn't they? They'll say all sorts of things. Who knows? But Maresca, as far as I know, I watched Maresca's pre-match conference, and he said clearly that Cole Palmer is ready to start or he can come off the bench. He didn't say anything in between. He didn't say any ifs or buts. He just said he is fit. So I have to take what the manager himself has said. Anything else is just coming from other people that are not. I mean, who else whose report are we to believe? Some journalist creating a story for himself or the manager who is there. I mean, there's no advantage really in Maresca saying that if it's not so. You see what I mean? It doesn't make sense. He's fit. Let's not be um, complicated about it. What would surprise me is if he's not fit, because that means Maresca is lying, and he's not going to do. I mean, it makes no sense. I take it that he's fit.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Just as IB says here, mainly due to not playing intense football in months. Is it months, really? How many months? How long was he out for? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I understand where you're coming from. I pray Chelsea don't have a red card. I pray that it looks like that sort of game where one of the teams will probably have a player sent off. Good morning to you too,
Who's the
Adebayo.
referee?
Anthony Tello, I heard.
Oh my
Yeah, because
God.
I remember seeing a gal complaining, uh, showing with screenshots of how you could say how poorly he performed the last time he officiated a game for one. Not sure what game he referenced, but yeah, I remember that he's not happy. But I'll check to be sure. Good morning, Adebayo Sodane Day. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And we have Oluwarokanmi Tomidayo, Badu. Nice to see you. Says big up Kuchila and Bobby. Greetings, everyone in the chat. Can someone please explain this feeling I am having since I woke up with Chelsea and Arsenal match in my head? Here's the thing, you I don't know. I don't really, I haven't read your mind and cannot read your mind. I'm not sure what feeling. I cannot picture the feeling in question, and as such, I'm not going to be able to give you uh, a response. And it sounds as if you're looking for a particular response, and I'm not sure what it is, and I can't help you. I'm sorry. So let's go. News hunting, we call it, but probably we'll be dealing with a lot of commentaries. So this one, Enzo Maresca, it's a big moment, especially because it's a derby. It's against Arsenal. They are in good form. They are in excellent form, actually, topping the table, Champions League table with a lot of with some of with the biggest teams in Europe, actually. And how they smashed the Bayern in their last Champions League game. They are topping the English Premier League table, 6 points ahead of Chelsea, who is in second place. But we are in good form too. That's the truth. I like Maresca. He's not cocky, but he's speaking the truth. All the games are different. Hopefully, we can have a good game. And which you can say that latter part of this particular report or comment we just read is the reason I said we hardly ever play in the same manner. The opposition, the way the opposing team apply themselves, wields immense influence with regards to how Maresca decides to approach a game. So yeah, so Gabriel Martinelli speaking about Estevão Willian. Here's the thing about this kid. When we signed him, I knew that we signed a much better player than Endrick, and the hype at the time was so much about Hendrick. And we were actually on the verge of signing Hendrick, even he was at the bridge. And you can say toward the bridge with a Chelsea legend in Thiago Silva. But we changed our mind. Even PSG had the opportunity to sign Estevao, but felt he was too expensive. But we saw, you can say, we looked beyond what he's capable of doing at the time. I think as a 16-year-old, we realized that this kid is something special and agreed the fee we paid, and we'll still pay because I see improves the more money we pay. I see performs, maybe I think that'd be the more accurate way to phrase it. I knew we signed the better of the two players. Hendrick emerged onto the big scenes before him, but yeah, I didn't really like Hendrick, even though I could see that he's a talent, he's a good player, high ceiling. But once I saw Estevao, I was like, wow, that's the real deal, and I'm glad we signed him. And the Maresca so far, he's handled Estevao start to life as a Chelsea player brilliantly, and I give him credit that even Estevao's own agent had to say something publicly, and I appreciate Maresca for how he's handled his integration to Chelsea. He started life as a Chelsea player. I don't know if you want to add to that, Bobby. You were one of those that were, you could say, educating people to exercise caution, to patience. That it might take time. That irrespective of how good the kid is, we need to take it slowly. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Sorry, coach, I was struggling with my device. What was that? What was the question?
Estevao, how
Oh,
his agent came out and you say praise Maresca for how he's handled the kid's start to life as a Chelsea player. How he even referenced how badly Barcelona managed the case of Vitor Roque. So I think Maresca
okay.
has managed Estevau's integration brilliantly. He's managed it in a manner that at no point would the kid feel pressured or feel like he's the one carrying the team. He's managed in a manner that the kid will know it's a team sport. It's not just about him, it's about the 11 players on the pitch and the entire squad and the club. And the kid himself, we're lucky that he's humble, given what we've seen. And I mentioned before I called upon you to speak, I did mention how you were educating people to exercise patience. That the kid is good, but we have to take it slowly to not risk, you could say, making mistakes. But go ahead.
Yeah, we do. He's 18 years old. And this is also testimony to the project. You know, all these people that were queuing up, attacking the owners, telling us how bad they are, and that this is the project. The project is about young players. And there's no other team in world football that would be able to integrate such a young player so quickly and take the risk. Our entire team is a risk. You know, that is our team. Caicedo, Enzo, maybe you may say that they were a little bit experienced, even though they were very young players, but there's still a risk. They're young players. And this is, you know, when people start saying, oh, you have to start Estevao, you can't do that every game. He's young, he needs to settle in, he needs to settle into the country, into the culture. But, you know, you also have to admire the fact that Enzo Maresca has taken time to get to know his players, and he's knowing his players now. You have to, you know, I think the project has suited him, and why we attract so many of these players, these excellent young players, is that they know that they're in a team of their peers and they will have a chance. Look at Jamie Gittens. Jamie Gittens is a risk, he's a developing player, but he's playing. Look at
And he
Garnacho.
knew before he joined that he gets to play.
Yeah, Garnacho, the same thing. I think the project has suited him. The only thing about Estevao is that he's such an exceptional player, like Cole Palmer, that he will come in and do so well that he not only fits into the team, but claims a much deserved starring role
Role.
and accolade.
Hmm. And the temptation that you could say to start him week in week out will be there, but it carries a huge risk.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't do that. That's why you have a squad. You must be able to rotate. That's why it's so important that Cole Palmer's back. I have a feeling at some point today he may unleash them both together against Arsenal. But they can play together, they can play separately. There are options, and you have to have options with the level of competition that Chelsea not only have to compete in, but have to go and try and win, including the Premier League. So, no, he cannot play game in, game out as a starter.
No, he cannot.
I mean, not
That's
now, not
yeah,
yet, at least.
yeah, I agree. Because that'd be a huge risk. I agree. And Tamida Lua Rokami here says, I have cold and warmth, excitement and agitation, confidence and fret all running through my spine, sending unusual chill waves through my body. I'm guessing that, yeah, that's you explaining the sort of feeling you're having because, yeah, here's the thing. It is really that sort of feeling that you cannot explain. Uh, I don't feel the same way, but usually I don't. I get you could say the I don't experience such feeling. Maybe usually maybe around 5 minutes before kickoff, before I get whether unusual or maybe positive kind of feeling or the sort of feeling that you say that reflects or you can say danger. I'm not sure how else to phrase it, but you get the point. But this is funny, really. You took your time to explain to me how you feel to ensure I give you an answer, but I still don't have an answer for you. But you can say everything you've said, nothing positive about it. It could be for some people when they feel like that. You say usually the opposite happen. For some, the outcome of the event that has led to them feeling that way reflects the feeling, everything you've explained. But I'm not because I'm not because I'm sorry. I still cannot help you, bro. Just maybe you should go back to sleep and try to. You can say have a different kind of wake up with a different kind of feeling, maybe. But that's fine anyway. I understand how you feel. Ty up, big bro. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you. 144 people following the show on YouTube specifically, but we have just 31 likes. We can do a lot better than that. In total, we have 182, 140 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook. And please, if you're following the show on X or Facebook, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also follow our X account and our Facebook account to help us to continue to grow. And on YouTube, please kindly drop a like on the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But yeah, more likes, people, more likes, and the likes do go a long way. Maybe Arsenal. Munachi, Jachike, two beautiful names because I know the meaning of both names. Yeah, Munachi Jachike. Are you an Arsenal fan? If you say you're an Arsenal fan, I don't like your name anymore. You're both your first and last name. Um, but that's by the way, and I'm gonna say this actually. Uh, something changed. YouTube changed something. Some of you, I'm not gonna be able to call you by your first name or nickname. Because when I'm seeing some of you, if I knew you by your nickname or first name and the way YouTube changed things, I might be seeing your names mixed up there's no way I'd tell who the person that I'm reading their comment. Um, It's serious. I'm serious, and I apologize if you can help by saying this is me. I'm this person. Especially if you change your avatar, that no, there's no way I'd tell who you are. Probably read what I can, the name I see. But this person also, for instance, this brother here is a moderator, which reflects the fact that I do know who you are, but probably because YouTube has changed the way they display people's name, I don't remember who you are. Yeah. But Ozzy Bakal, let's just go with that. Big up to you too. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining the conversation. And Usman Ishak, thank you for joining. Usman, I remember your own name because you use even the custom name reflects your real name, so that's good. Morning to you too. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. So let's go. Gabriel, Arsenal player here, talking about Estevão Willian. He reads, the boy is so good as well. Everyone in the national team loves him as well. He deserves everything that he's doing. And I just hope he's not on his day on Sunday. In the national team, we had some talks, not just me and him, but everyone. Here's the thing. He's a very humble kid, and there are reasons to believe that that's truly the case. Uh, he's not that sort of even with the publicity and everything, the publicity which could easily lead to a kid his age misbehaving. But you see him, if you don't see him playing football, you see him at church or at charity events, helping the less privileged. So everything he does in public reflects, you can say, suggests that he's a very humble kid. And I think that alone will ensure that he reaches the level everyone believes he's capable of reaching. And I'm happy with signing this kid because he's very humble. And if you see how he speaks, how when he speaks, if you listen to him, you'd know that this is no ordinary kid, if I'm allowed to put it that way. I remember him saying how, again, he loves the fact that Ancelotti don't just praise him, he criticizes him too. That he doesn't like if somebody just praising him, and never tells him what he has to do to become better. So that makes me happy. Yeah. And the other day we read something, Noni Madueke saying something to the effect of he doesn't like people telling him uh, that he cannot do something. In the middle of him speaking about Chelsea Football Club, if you read between the lines, you can see a quirky individual, for lack of a more specific or relatable term there. But I'm happy we signed this kid. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 38 likes. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. It's Nuhu, Danwana, Keke. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Danwana. It's been a minute. You see, not my fault that I just read your comment without calling you by your first name and saying hello to you, but I appreciate you and always nice to see you. I apologize. Yeah, you too uh, did me dirty in that aspect, but nice to see you, my bro. I do hope you're doing well. All right, let's see what else we have here. Usman Ishak here says, Coach Maresca need to correct our front line to be unselfish because sometimes they shut. Uh, okay, they shoot at the defender's legs instead of passing to a free person. I think eventually he is. That's something he has in common with Pep. Uh, Pep's players, if you find it again, usually all Pep's if you see Pep players on the pitch, in the final thought, the whoever is on the ball will almost always look for, you can say, a better positioned teammate. That's why they score a lot of tapping goals if you allow them the space to do so. So yeah, I think I understand. I've seen uh João Pedro be a bit too selfish, even Pedro Neto be a bit too selfish. I think eventually that's something I think he will correct. And that's an excellent observation, by the way, Usman. Wallahi, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's an excellent observation. And you could argue Had we been a little less selfish, we'd have a lot more goals than we have right now this season. I like team plays, and it does go a long way. I think the most selfish in that front area for me, not to, you could say, not to a concerning extent, but if he been a little less selfish, chances are would have a lot more goals than we have right now. And I think Arsenal, they have just two more goals. I think at most two more goals than us. And goals might well decide a lot of stuff this season, given the way things are going. So once again, honestly, that's an excellent observation, really, and I appreciate that. Juju man, Juju man for Yaba, where? Let's hear you. But thank you for joining the conversation. Is Palmer starting? That's one thing we don't know. But as Bobby mentioned, I was concerned that one of the comments we addressed that suggested that Palmer is ready to start had that part of the comment in a square bracket, which usually means that not the exact words of the person who made the comment being referenced. So, but we'll see. It depends. Enzo Maresca has proven to be predictably unpredictable. So we don't know. Wallahi. Lafia, hello, Danwana. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You making me miss Zaria a lot. Loved Zaria. Sabonga, the lines Zomo, Duck places, wallahi. My favorite salsa food is me and Kuka to masara. But let's move on. I will eventually go again. If I go to Nigeria again, I'm definitely going to Zaria. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 131 likes, we can do a lot better than, no, 39 likes, but we still have 116 people following the show on YouTube. But if half of you once again like the video, we'd have 50 likes plus. In total, we have 172 people. But let's go. And Johnson Okitwi says Maresca should not start Estevao, but bring him on when Arsenal is tired. That's a second half. He'd be more impactful because it'd be difficult. You can say tired minds make hasty decisions. You can say when you're tired, tiredness can impair your judgment. So it does make sense, but he might start. But do I think he starts? Most likely not, because he played 90 minutes against. Did he play 90 minutes against Barcelona, or was he taking off? I can't quite remember. But he played a lot on the day. Let's just stick with that. I can't quite remember whether he played 90 minutes. But I think he'd have a lot more fun playing against Leeds United. There will be tons of spaces for him to exploit on the day. So we'll soon get to the lineup prediction exercise proper, so to speak. But let's go continue with news hunting. You could argue commentary hunting. Gabriel Martinelli on Estevao. We knew before he came how good he is, and it's not a surprise for us because we knew him from Brazil. He deserves everything. So yeah, fair play to him. And we have Coverdale Penny says, my wish today, home win for all teams. Let's see, who has game today? Coverdale Penny, let's see who you're wishing to win at home. Other things you're wishing. My word, Jesus Christ, winning at home, that brings to mind how badly Tottenham they've been of late. I thought they'd be better off under a more pragmatic manager such as Thomas Frank, but he's made them worse. Jesus Christ. Let's see what am I looking for? The games, today's games. Let me see why this brother is wishing all the home teams to win their games today. Let's see. Give me 1 second, people. But yeah, down on here is saying, yes, better idea to bring Estevao for second half because they will probably break his leg in the first. So, okay, now I get it. Crystal Palace at home against Manchester United. Yeah, yeah, you're a good hater. Yeah, you're a very good Chelsea fan. Um, okay. I don't want Aston Villa to win. I want Wolves to beat them. For all three teams, no. Uh, I want Nottingham Forest. I want them to beat Brighton. Dang it! I still want Liverpool to lose. But yeah, let's see. I've read this from my brother here. Juju man say, wait, you the Hausa or do you speak Hausa? I grew up in northern Nigeria. We moved from Enugu at the age of 6 to northern Nigeria, Zaria to be specific. Grew up there until my adult age. The only person that doesn't speak Hausa in my family is my mom. And you can say the youngest in my family. He was so small. I think he was about 3 years at the time before we moved back to the east. My mom, the only Hausa she speaks is Haba, and that's it. But I do speak Hausa. Um, I think it'd be correct to say fluently, and but sometimes it will take my siblings being around and we speak it for days consecutively. Then yeah, everything comes back fully again. Yeah, but I'll take it if you call me Hausa. That's fine too. I like Hausa people a lot. Yes, let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. 42 likes. Let's try and get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. I appreciate you all. So more news hunting there. Let's see. Um, Nothing. I think we should get to the lineup prediction exercise as soon as possible. Jody Morris, you can say, yeah, on Estevão Williams. As I've said before, a lot of commentaries, but it looks like something new emerged. Chineke me. A lot of people showing up today. Chichi one ole. Chichi give Christmas this year. I promise. Where did you emerge from? Where have you been, Chichi? Wow. Are you serious? That's my sister here. One of our, you can say, she's a strong supporter. At the time, we used to have like 5, 10 people at the same time per show. She stuck with us, always supporting, suggesting people to reach out to get onto the panel. Wow, Chichi, I've missed you, Noma. Chai. Now we start the channel, Jare. I'm Nudo, didn't I? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Nanaijao, yeah, I understand. Give Baragi Christmas this year. It's a promise. Just reach out. Norma. Chi Chi. Chai. And I have one chibweze. So you see why? You see? Now we all know the lie. No be live, but nice to see you, Chichi. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation today. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, Chi. But thank you for being back. I hopefully we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah, in private. I hope things are okay on your end. All right, let's see. Nothing new. I think it's only fair. I just refreshed the page. Vince was showing something. I think commentaries, even more commentaries by Antonio Rudiger. Tuchel is the best coach I've ever had. Wow, I don't think it's nice. If I'm the one saying this, I'd go with Tuchel is one of the. We got to win today. Honestly, I hope we do. It's not going to be easy. I hope we do. They are in brilliant form. We're in good form ourselves. But the truth remains that they are more of a unit than we are. You can say they have an excellent tactician, and they play mid block. Not necessarily they play mid block. even though you can say disguised as an attacking football if you pay attention. But yeah, it's very physical. It's not going to be easy, but we can beat them. Who says we cannot? We can definitely beat them. I think at the end, this is a sort of game. Numbers scream a draw, and that's because yeah, the disparity in terms of goals per 90 minutes for each of the teams isn't too much within the margin of error. So here, let's read this particular comment here. Antonio Rudiger Tuchel is the best coach I've ever had. He has absolutely everything. He changed everything at Chelsea. He's very honest, a brilliant manager. I like him so much. But as I said, if I well, where Antonio Rudiger, I wouldn't just again. I'm still working on that particular manager. Humans, there's a way humans react to this sort of thing. A very you can say thin-skinned manager would read this and say, "Oh, he doesn't value me." I think it'd be more sensible, or you could say more not constructive, but you could say cautious. I'd be cautious with such comment. I'd say one of the. Yeah, leaving room for others to still believe I value them even when I don't, because he's still working on the Xavi Alonso, isn't he? So, but let's just read this comment. I apologize. I'm doing this because I'm the sort of person that when you when you say something, I scrutinize every word that you say. But that's by the way, Tuchel is the best coach Rudiger. He's saying he's ever had. He has absolutely everything. He changed everything at Chelsea. He is very honest. He was the coach who paved the way for me to succeed and play for Real Madrid today. Without him, it wouldn't have been possible because that's my ultimate goal to play for Real Madrid. Wow. Okay. Um, but Heston, the aspect where he said that Tuchel paved the way for him, I believe that. Uh, because under Frank Lampard, basically he was, you could say, on the verge of leaving Stamford Bridge. Then Tuchel came and he became one of our best defenders. Yeah, until he left the club. So yeah, I know I don't blame him. And but under Frank Lampard, he did struggle, even though you respect because he himself did admit at the time that he did struggle under Frank, and whatever Frank said at the time, no lies, that he was correct. So let's see. Chelsea will give them war. Whatever the result, I am confident we will give a good. More importantly, inshallah, yep, just give a good account of ourselves. Let alone be, yeah, we weren't just lucky. But I'm confident I think we get something positive today. Stay calm, guys. Stay calmer, guys. Keep the blue flag flying high. I agree. I don't want to talk about Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta, no, not my business. I think we've covered pretty much everything. It's about time we look at what do you call, we look at insights, statistics, aka insights. Everything we need to look at here, see what numbers tell us. But I can assure you, numbers suggest that yeah, Arsenal will you can say numbers suggest that he will most likely end in a draw. But once again, you just cannot script football. The game is played over 90 minutes plus added time, and yeah, anything can happen. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Big up to you, Blue Sunday. Indeed, I hope he becomes one. Giovanni Jafta, yeah. Uh, Big up, brother. It's been a minute. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining the conversation. So I'm waiting for this to load. Yeah, every time you have, because Twitter is where we go to find uh, the news items we discuss. It usually slows down the browser and the system overall. So 156 people following the show and just 54 likes. We can do a lot better than that. We have in total 201 followers, 156 on YouTube. The rest shared between X and Facebook, whether equally Cucurella doesn't know. But if you're following the show on X or Facebook, do us a favor, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also follow our X account to help us reach 7,000 followers. follow our Facebook account to help us reach 2,000 followers. And on Instagram too, we're getting closer to 30K subscribers on Instagram, same as YouTube. And couldn't have done that alone. So thank you to all of you for all your immense support. Juju Man says, any idea why Berachi is telling people to call his last name Isa? I've never heard. Is that how you pronounce it? I've never heard Isa pronounced. I'm not sure. Maybe he just want you could say funkinize it for like a more specific word there. And by the way, that's one player I'm most concerned about. Yeah, one Arsenal player I'm most concerned about. He's a better creator than all Arsenal players, and he can score goals too. And you can say, argue he's been games he's played against Chelsea, he's done really well in them. Yeah. Uncle Vinny, thank you, Vin. Thank you for joining the conversation. Big up, bro. Just waiting for the biggest battle of the at the bridge this season. I think it'd be accurate to say that's the case. It's a London derby. Yeah. No London club is doing as well as Chelsea currently. It's a Crystal Palace. They've been doing well. But my goodness, what is happening to Tottenham? I'm not sure. All right, let's see more likes. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Nothing new has emerged. We're all caught up with everything. So, but let's look at it. I'm gonna vote first. I think I'm gonna go by what I've seen in X Fair, no longer Twitter, formerly Twitter. A lot of people don't give us a chance. So, but I'm going to vote for a draw. That's what I strongly believe will be the outcome of the game. But I think a lot more people, probably 60% plus, yeah, will vote that Arsenal will beat us. Oh, not 60%. Okay, 42% of people. That's a total of 205,460 votes. That's a huge sample size. If you compare that to the ratio of, you could say, both fans for the two teams. 42% believes Arsenal will beat Chelsea at the Bridge. 22% believes it ends in a draw. 36% believes Chelsea will beat Arsenal. And here's why I'm not surprised. History show they've gotten the better of us in recent years. Yep. They're in better form. You could argue, no, not necessarily better form, but they are, you can say, more of a unit than we are. Well drilled, um, solid defensively. They defend. They do defend as a unit, and they're top in the Premier League table and the Champions League table. So it's only fair that majority of people believe, yeah, that they, that they will beat us. But the truth remains, even Arsenal fans, even the big accounts, they do know that it's not a walk in the park for them. They know that, and they are concerned deep down, and that's why you're seeing what I call projection for them. They are mentioning Chelsea fans as the ones that are concerned. But as I've said before, the bigger the occasion, the more confident I feel. It's a pattern. It's a pattern that, yeah, a clear pattern given the way this young squad of ours that they've performed in games of such magnitude. I'm not worried about is it two tackles from Caicedo cures it all. I am worried about Eze, I have to say. And the Crystal Palace game starts in how soon? So I think we might have to. I really do want to watch that game. I want us to go start. Oh, it has started already. So I think we should get to the lineup prediction exercise and get it done so that people can go watch games. But yeah, keep dropping the likes on
Yeah,
the screen.
Eze is a player on form. He's at the peak of his
Mhm.
powers, the optimum peak of his career, and he needs to be watched seriously.
And he's always done well against us, hasn't he?
Well, I wouldn't excessively, I wouldn't say that, verbatim, but I would say he's a dangerous player and he needs to be watched. He can't be left or taken for granted at all.
Yeah, yeah. He shouldn't. Kenny, if you if you don't take him seriously, you did that at your own peril. He's an excellent player. Actually, I think that be the signing of the season for Arsenal. And when they signed him, I thought, yeah, that's the final the final piece of the puzzle. Not necessarily Jokeres, really. All right, let's see. Honestly, I think the lap will start today and Pedro bench. No, I think Pedro will start. He didn't even come off the bench in our last game, and he's a menace to deal with because yeah, he doesn't look it, but he's a he can be physical. Yeah, I think he starts this game. The question is whether we'd see both. There are lots of, if you look at things from again, look at that defensive line. Um, One thing that will lead to changes in the attacking area is whether Rich James and Malagusa starts. If both starts, then we'll see a change in the midfield, leading to also a change in the attacking area. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm not sure what's going to happen really. And once again, our manager he's proven to be predictably unpredictable. Palmer and Estevao probably on the bench too. I don't see both being on the bench. Neto and Ganacho and Enzo on the bench, in behind the striker. I don't think we'd see Palmer and Estevao both on the bench. I think one of them will be on the pitch. And I get it. I don't think even saying Palmer comes off the bench, I think you could say that's no difference from him starting the game and then playing just 45 minutes or let's say 60 minutes. It depends on how ready he is. What do you think, Bobby? He could start, but not finish. You there, Bobby? All right.
Sorry,
Keep dropping the
coach.
likes. Go
Coach,
ahead.
what was that?
I'm saying Palmer starting and playing just 50 minutes plus is no different from him starting coming off the bench in the second half.
I think it's very different.
Okay.
Um, in a game that's definitely going to start off tactically, you have to reserve a punch. You have to reserve somebody who can come on and make a difference, or hopefully make a difference. I personally, I wouldn't start him. I think there's enough to start without him. And if I know Maresca, he would rather have a weaker looking start and a stronger looking end than the other way round. Um, Especially against a team like Arsenal, you've got to be smart. You've got to be very cunning. You don't show all your cards at the same time in a game like this.
You have to hold some to your chest.
Yeah, yeah, and release it at the right time. Sometimes even the threat of having him on the bench is a tactic in itself because it might make them pull some punches. It might make them hold back some defensive strategy, which will give opportunities for the starting players on the field. So that is all part of the KG tactics. I wouldn't start him, and I'll be surprised if Maresca does. But you never know.
Do you see a situation where Palmer doesn't start and Estava will not start?
It's possible. It's possible. He could bring them both on later.
Not likely. If you're saying it's possible, you're sounding as if you're going to say, but not likely.
Yes, because the strongest sort of wing play that we would be able to have would be Estevao on the right and Pedro Neto on the left. I don't think this is a game for Garnacho. I don't think it's a game for Gittens. Maybe Gittens off the bench. It depends how the game is going. But it could be a game to start Estevao on the right and Pedro on the left. But if he wants to go without them and start Pedro on the right and Garnacho on the left, yeah, he might choose to do that. Everything, he has to be as unpredictable and as awkward as possible. We can't allow Arsenal to be comfortable with anything we do. We must be awkward for them. We must keep their defenders turning round, rather than what we did last season at the Emirates and play everything in front of them. No, we have to keep them turning round. We have to keep their bench guessing and second guessing. I remember Jose Mourinho when he said about his tactics. He said, "What you're seeing on the field, he's not. He's got his tactics for the players that are playing, but he's thinking of plan B, C, and D all along. Different scenarios that he has ready to change to should anything happen in the game, either going down to 10 men or anything. You must be ready for anything, or within the offensive tactics. So as far as Chelsea is concerned, we must have enough on the bench in terms of defenders, midfielders, and attackers. So it's possible he may not start both um, um, Estevao and Cole Palmer. That in itself will be a headache to Arsenal, because I'm sure they have prepared or are preparing for an Estevao start at least. So that will confuse them. It's like suddenly doing something like starting with a false nine. I wouldn't advise it based on what happened last season at the Emirates, but that could be a confusion because Sadibe and whoever he's partnering will be preparing for a physical fight with the Chelsea centre forward. Personally, I would give them that fight. I think that will occupy them and create space for the others. So without collecting cards, um, what's his name? Liam Delap really will be a problem for them in that sense. He's got to go there and make himself a nuisance. I repeat, we've got to be awkward. We've got to be that team that nobody really wants to play against. Because we never do anything that makes them comfortable. That's sort of Mourinho way. If they have, I remember, was it the FA Cup 2008 that everybody was saying, "No, it was so boring. We beat Man United in the FA Cup final 1-0 after extra time." And Mourinho went into that game doing everything, and he said so himself. He said, everything Ferguson wanted us to do, we did the opposite. So it was a frustrating game for Man United. I enjoyed the game. Many people were like, "Oh, we want to see exciting football." No, sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about being tactical. You can't be exciting and allow the opposition to murder you. You have to be awkward. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to do all the things they don't want you to do and frustrate them that way. And that way you can get to score. And the thing about it is that when you're awkward and you score against the team, you create panic and they keep making mistakes. It's happened to us. It happened to us against what's that team that came to the bridge and beat us? Was it
Sunderland.
yeah, Sunderland? Perfect, perfect example. Sunderland came. They made themselves awkward after we scored our first goal. They dropped back and did everything we don't like teams doing: low block, fast breaks. They were just a frustrating team. Now we have to do that to Arsenal. I'm not saying play low block, but in everything about our play must be very uncomfortable for them. So if it means putting both Palmer and Estevao on the bench to start with, then so be it.
Yeah, I agree. Making it uncomfortable for the opposition, you could say, is the most important critical of again. most important thing to do to win a game. Because if your opposition is comfortable, yeah, they perform well. And I think Maresca knows how to do that. He's proven that he's capable of doing that. And here's the thing, actually, we do talk about our players performing. You can say when the bigger the occasion, the more the best, the more we see a good performance, the most likely well to see a good performance from our players. You can say the same about Maresca too. The bigger the occasion, the more confident I feel that yeah, he'd get it right. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. Honestly, I think the lap will start today and Pedro bench. We'll see. I think the case is the opposite. And here's something else. The lap, yeah, is the bulkier, if I'm allowed to use that term, of the two players. But João Pedro can be equally aggressive and physical as the lap. And I think he's actually better aerially. Yeah, I haven't taken the time, but I think he's taller, the taller player of the two. I haven't actually, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think he's better aerially. Palma and Estevao probably on the bench, and I said I didn't see that happening. I think one of them will be on the pitch. Um, yeah, because if we see, especially if we're going to see James and Gusto start, that reduces, you could say, creative outlets for us, which means it wouldn't make sense to have Palma and Esteva on the bench, irrespective of who starts up there. If you get my point. Now, good evening to you too, Desmond Murathai. It's been a minute. That's been quite a long time. I do hope you're doing well. Hopefully, your absence simply means that you've been busy, and if that's the case, happy for you because bills don't pay themselves. But nice to see you once again. Let's see. Let's get back to looking at what numbers tell us to see what we can learn from it. Go back to this one here. All right, we've voted. Top scorers. Goals João Pedro 4, Iberici is a 4. He's Arsenal's top rated player at 7.32. João Pedro 7.21. Yeah. And João Pedro underperformed his XG slightly by 0.4, nothing. Nothing serious there. But Iberici is overperforming his XG. His expected goal is 2.50, but he has 4 goals in total right now. João Pedro has total 3 assists. Berich has 2 assists. 12 matches for João Pedro and 11 matches for Berich. Even before I looked at the numbers, we started looking at the numbers. Yeah, I knew, again, I've always respected the Berich as a player. I've always thought that he's underrated, really. But at Arsenal, I think a lot of people are seeing what he's capable, a lot more of what he's capable of doing. And I think we did inquire. We did inquire about him, but learned that yeah, his preference would be to join Arsenal, leading to us not you could say not pushing forward our interest for lack of a more relatable term there. But he's a player I like and respect a lot, honestly. Um, yeah, I think I've addressed this one. And this one, Desmond, I've said hello to you. And we have Zibaka says, I like a mix of Usman. Yep. I like Nuhu, so to speak. I like a mix of Delap, Enzo, Neto, Garnacho, Caicedo, James Gusto, Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, and Estevão Palma Giddins off the bench. But I will accept whatever Maresca cooks. Good meal, always. I've learned to trust him. He's not been perfect, but that's you can say the same for every manager. Even Pep sometimes overthinks things. Yes, bills don't pay themselves. Pep sometimes overthinks things and makes silly mistakes, just like he did in the Champions League final against us. Yeah. Will be a battle of the midfielders. Really cannot wait. Giovanni, it's going to be, you can say, good game for the neutrals. Then nerve wracking for the fans of the two teams, honestly. So let's see. Before we go to insights, yeah, we still get to our own lineup prediction exercise FODMOB thinks Sanchez starts, and they think we'd see Chalobah and Fofana. I think we may see that, you can say, with the exception of, most likely, I don't know, we could see that centre back pairing. They think Chalobah and Fofana starts, and I think so too. And they think Gusto will be on the flanks. Will start as right back. I think so too, because yeah, he's pacier than James. James is one of the best right backs in the world, but I don't think he can measure Augusto in terms of pace. Left back Cucurella, then we still have Enzo Fernandez. I think probably would play with two tens. Just like this is that's why we call this the starting structure, where you'd have you know uh, uh, this is just the starting structure, but as the game starts, or you could argue under Enzo Maresca, you get to know what structure was used when you have the luxury of, you say, looking at the average positioning of each player that was on the pitch on the day. Maresca, as I've heard people stupidly call him a one-trick pony man, he's not. Very dynamic. Okay, so we see Reece James, one of the two sixes with Caicedo. I think this will be a very, very, you could say, cautious lineup, and I think it makes sense to play them against Arsenal. I think it will make it a bit more difficult for them. Enzo Fernandez, yeah, in the 10 position in this case, but we know it's not just going to be him. Garnacho starting this game. He's a big game player. Garnacho, he's that sort of player that you can say the bigger the occasion, the better he played. I think, yeah, I think he might well start. Pedro Neto and João Pedro. João Pedro, I'd say certainly starts because he didn't play a part in our game against uh, against against Barcelona. But here's where what we might not see is both Garnacho and Neto starting, and we're not gonna see what's his name. We're not gonna see either Cole Palmer or Estevao. I honestly do not think so, but that's a small opinion anyway. Then we have Nuhu saying, I've noticed a combination of Enzo, Caicedo, James, and Gusto usually neutralize teams in midfield. Yeah, come on, you Blues. I agree. James Maresca, you could honestly, we have to give him credit for how, again, he's, you could say, doubled down on his opinion, maybe on his, you could say, preferred usage of Rhys James as a midfielder. It has worked, and James, you could argue, he's grown into it. Looks comfortable there. We don't need to play him in a position where he'd need to overlap on the lab, you could say, run, chase players. He won't get injured again. Yeah. So I think it makes sense that Maresca, he's a genius, really. Honestly, how he's managed them, and you could argue he's the reason Reece James is still fit, and this is the longest he's been. You could say he stayed fit since from the days of Frank Lampard. I get it. Even the club as an entity, they've changed the way they manage a player's fitness. They don't rush players back, irrespective of how badly we're playing. If you need to recover, they give you time enough to recover. Bobby, I don't know if you've been listening. What do you think?
About your lineup?
No. We haven't built the lineup. No, they're suggesting that we're going to see, you can say, nearly the same 11 that played against, that started against Barcelona, with James being in the midfield and Gusto starting in the right back. But I'm not sure what's going to happen elsewhere, but I think we're going to see that because Gusto is quicker and James has done well in the midfield area. And just as Nuhu mentioned there, he's noticed that every time we have both James and Gusto, usually were able to effectively neutralize the opposition midfield.
Yeah, I mean, from defense to midfield, it's possible he could start the same. I'm a little bit, Gusto can be lightweight defensively. He often ends up doing one or two silly things, but From defense to midfield, including the goalkeeper, it's likely to be unchanged. It's offensively that we would see some starting changes. I mean, I
Mhm.
still believe he should go with Delap as a striker. I think he should go with Neto. Actually, yeah, Neto and Delap. Um, and on the left, what's his name? It's a difficult one, but he will probably use Garnacho. What that means is João Pedro will find himself coming off the bench if he doesn't start as as the main striker. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. João Pedro may not feel too happy, but I wouldn't mind that at all. I would bring him on definitely, but I think the Arsenal centre backs need to get what they're asking for. They want a physical tussle, and I say give it to them. Don't shy away from it because they need to be occupied, and people like Neto and certainly maybe even Garnacho could be very dangerous if they are not focused on by the two centre backs.
yeah. And for Arsenal, they think Noni Madueke starts. I think Mikel Arteta is the sort of manager will start. He knows how to motivate players, and they've been putting out a lot of briefs.
Yeah,
Some
they
one
can
of
start
them. Go
Noni.
ahead.
They can start Noni, but Noni's another player that's prone to errors. He can do some silly things. He can score you a worldie, but then he can also miss an open goal.
And doesn't do
Um,
much defensively.
yeah, I mean they do they need him. Their defensive system is quite well organized, quite well compact, and they defend in numbers. Look, however you cut it, it's not going to be an easy game. But as I've said, we can make things uncomfortable for them.
Hmm.
You know, use the lap as a centre forward to start with. So their centre backs have something to do. They're preparing for it. Let them work for what they prepared for. Then their left and right back will have a problem. And that depends on how mobile our midfielders could be. And with the movement of Enzo, because we would have a DM situation, especially if both Caicedo and Reece James start, it could cause them problems. Now you could say, okay, Otamendi and Declan Rice will be the DMs for them, but that means they're playing. There will always be that extra man that Chelsea can push in there. Either that, or they drop back completely and start using some of their forwards to defend, which takes away their attacking potence. Look, it's going to be an interesting game. It really is a game of chess. This is a chess game
It
today.
is. You remember we talked about how it could be that, so you could say, a tactical battle that leads up to viewers' experience in a very boring game. Yeah, because the both teams will be, you could say, will employ a very cautious approach.
I think it will be a tactical battle, but I can't see it being a boring game. I just can't
Mhm.
see that with the quality of players and the capability of players on the field. I can't see a boring game
I
at
mean,
all.
the tactical battle you don't think will be enough to, you could say, uh,
To
stifle, you could say, the
totally nullify
creativity
the
or the
game.
quality on the pitch.
Yeah, it won't. Somehow somebody is going to do something special. With the tactical battle comes the time where special players do special things.
Yeah, yeah, an interesting game. Still 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Since the show and the game, that particular game, they overlap. So I think, yeah, it's only fair that we update those that have stayed patient and is still part of the conversation. Big up to you too, Mabas. Nice to see you. And Bobby, he said hello to you, and he did ask after you uh, when you were on vacation. Hopefully, Chelsea. Let me read that. Hopefully, Chelsea can smash Arsenal. We have been waiting for Chelsea to beat Arsenal for years now. Um, let's see. Greetings to you too. Okay, Etumu. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, Etumu. I hope I said that correctly. But nice to see you, and thank you for joining the conversation, my bro. And covered Dale Penny still 0-0. Yeah, I just checked. But thank you for the update. I appreciate that. Okay, Samson Murimi. I'm not sure what you're saying here, but thank you for joining the conversation. So yeah, let's look at it. For Arsenal, Raya, of course, Saliba, of course, but they believe would see Hincapi and Mascara. Mascara is the other one. Timber right back, left back, Cafiori. 2 6 Zubimendi and Declan Rice there. And then in 10th position, Eze. Eze is a much better 10 than Martin Odegaard, actually. He's an excellent player, and actually their best player of late. Saka, right wing, left wing, Noni Madueke, and then number 9, Mikel. I think Mikel is his first name, Merino. Not traditionally a 9, but he's done well every time he's deployed in that position. He's an aerial beast, in my opinion. It says, Cucurella, I would start Delap up front. This type of game suits Delap than JP. Here's one thing. I think we're referencing that in a manner that suggests that JP isn't physical. I get it. The lap is the more, you can say, is the bulkier of the two players, but honestly, JP can actually be physical too. Yeah, both are good players. Both are good on the ball. Let me just, if for the lap, a lot of people don't give him credit for how good he can be on the ball because he's actually very good on the ball. He's very technical, gifted. The focus is always the physical attributes. You can say his physical attributes and the physical aspect of how he applies himself on the pitch. People don't pay attention to the facts that he's actually good on the ball. He's good at dropping deep, participating in the play, creating chances for his teammates. But yeah, then for the case for JP himself, people know he's technically gifted, good on the ball, but some people don't recognize that he can be physical and aggressive. Yeah, but let's see. Penalty to who? I hope not United. I hope so. I liked it that Strasbourg, our sister channel, beat Crystal Palace, but I want, yay, there you go. It looks like it was for Crystal Palace, and Mateta puts it away. But thank you for updating people here. I appreciate that. Even when I'm not paying attention, I think people will enjoy the fact that you're updating them. So thank you so much for the update, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, 1-0. And some people wanted Chelsea to hire Alvarim. I'm glad we did. João Pedro has scored against Arsenal before. That was during his time at Brighton. João Pedro is another player that's a big game player. He performs in big games. The bigger the occasion, expect him to do well, really. Yeah. So let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. In total, we have 212 people following the show, 158 on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and Facebook, where they equally. Cucurella doesn't know. If you're following the show on X or Facebook, please kindly do us a favor. Take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Do follow our X account. What's VAR reviewing? Another goal by who? If you follow, drop a like for us on the help us to reach 7,000 followers on X. Help us to reach 2,000 followers on Facebook. So if you haven't, or the same for YouTube, drop a like on the video and also do subscribe to our YouTube account. 23 more likes to get it to 100 likes. Let's make it happen. Um, Ruben Amorim is one dimensional. He only has one tactics, which is the back three. It doesn't work anymore. Amorim is not Conte. I don't think he is, but I don't trust him. But they're gonna give him time. I think he will take a lot before they fire him at United. But boy, he's looked like he's what I'm looking for, out of his depth, or is that how you phrase that? Even Thomas Frank has looked the same. And those managers that are doing well with the smaller teams, you don't know how good they are until they get it. They become managers at the big club. Yeah, but that's by the way. So yeah, I think we might well see this 11 for Arsenal. Arsenal, Kai Havertz, not too sure. Like his injury status is reads doubtful. Um, Doubtful, but I think if he's ready to start, I think Mikel Arteta will start him because yeah, he does well. He did well the last time he faced us. Trossard doubtful. Junker is doubtful. Gabriel early December certainly out. Gabriel Jesus doubtful too. We might see a few surprises given that high-profile names such as Kai Havertz, Leandro Trossard, and Gyökeres all has a statistics that read um, uh, doubtful, which means, yeah, we could
Coach,
see them.
Arsenal do this all the time. You'll see them. They do this all the time.
Yeah.
They always, they did it with Saka last season. They did it with what's the name of that other guy, Odegaard. Oh, he's doubtful. Oh, we're not sure. Then on the day they're fit. They do these things. We don't care about them. They can be there. They can not be there. It doesn't matter. I beg to differ about Kai Havertz. Yes, he had a moment against us, but
Was it he scored a brace, didn't he?
no, he didn't.
But
It
he
was
scored one
the
that he
whole game
bullied
was a
Badiashile.
1-1 draw. I don't know whether it was him that scored. He nearly scored one,
There
and
was no, he scored one goal that he bullied Badiashile. He celebrated. I will never forget.
well, maybe that. But I'm not bothered about Havertz. I'm not bothered about that. We know what they have. We know what they can do. So they're playing all these injury games is irrelevant.
Yeah. So Mateta scored the second goal that was ruled out. Thank God Chelsea didn't hire Kieran McKenna, Thomas Frank Amorim, or any of them. Because the truth, yeah, once again, those managers doing as well as they're doing with smaller teams, the pressure you can say on managers at a team like Chelsea usually something else. Some of them are not able to deal with it really. Even if Gyökeres was sweet against Chelsea, he would get pocketed by Chalobah and Fofana. Gyökeres scores when he's able to bully defenders. Yeah, that's his thing.
Exactly.
Uh, I've seen that honestly. If he's not able to bully defenders, he struggles. I've seen that myself. So in terms of current form, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. With one, you can say for every metric we'll discuss now. Again, one or two metrics. Arsenal edges Chelsea, and Chelsea, and vice versa for some metrics. But look at it. Dang it! In 5 games, we won four, drawn one. In 5 games, we won four, drawn one, and the draw ended in 2-2 draw. Yeah, and that draw ended in 2-2 draw. But here's the difference: we've kept more clean sheets than them. In those 4 games, we kept one, two, three, four clean sheets. And in 5 games, they were able to keep 2 clean sheets. And the non-clean sheets are the recent games. That's important to pay attention to. But in our case, the one non-clean sheets is just you can say the second game if you're counting from the you can say the from the first one of the first game. That's the game against Karabakh. But the games after that, we've kept three clean sheets in a row. But Arsenal, they've conceded in three games in a row. That's important. That's a factor to pay attention to. You can say they're starting to concede. They conceded two against Sunderland, conceded one against Tottenham, conceded one against Bayern Munich. So that's an important factor to pay attention to. We've kept three clean sheets in a row. They've conceded in three games in a row. Yeah. And in total, in 5 games, we've kept 4 clean sheets. In 5 games, they've kept just 2 clean sheets. So that's an important factor. But let me catch up with what we have here and then go back to see what insights will tell us. So we have same here. I'm not bothered about Kai Havertz anymore. He can go do one. I don't care about him. I don't like him anymore. The people that still respect Havertz, then they can go support Arsenal. I don't respect him anymore. I liked him as a player, but yeah, he's an enemy now. I don't hate him, but I don't like him at the same time. I liked him. I liked him a lot and would have loved him to stay at Chelsea. Yeah. Cucurella Havertz lucky with the brace against Chelsea last year. Didn't he score a brace? Correct me if I'm wrong. Last year, when we lost at Emirates, Chelsea lost because they didn't have a fully fit squad. Poch was our manager at the time. Oh, under our ex. I see. Big up that boy. Bobby Ty is saying hello to you. He's in the chat.
Yeah, big up, Ty.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting. So that's an important factor to note that we've kept three clean sheets. They've considered in three consecutive games. So this is the sort of game you could say looks like it's gonna end in a draw. Yeah, RX indeed. So let's see. Let's look at insights to get a sensible idea what you can say what numbers suggest will be the most likely outcome of the game. 83 likes, 16 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. People, we still have 177 people following the show on YouTube. We can make it happen. So one Chelsea have scored 11 goals in their last 5 matches. Okay, but Arsenal have scored 14 goals in their last 5 matches. So in terms of goals tally in the last, they have 3 more than us. But again, you don't go with one factor alone, which is why it's not just easy to conclude with what the numbers tell you overall. What again suggests the most likely outcome would be to go with it and say definitely a game ends in a certain way. And I like to tell people, in case those of you that are into betting that are listening, numbers can only give you a sensible idea with regards to the outcome of a particular game would be, but not certainly. You just cannot script football. Now, we haven't lost in 6 matches. Yeah, but Arsenal, they've lost. Have they lost one in 6 matches? You should have said the same for them. Well, let me check if they've lost in 6 matches. That's a serious factor to be sure. Yeah, Chelsea haven't lost in 6 matches, but I want to see how about Arsenal. Have they lost in 6 matches? Let me check here for Arsenal. So this is looking more like, yeah, it's going to be a very very tight encounter matches. Okay, Arsenal haven't lost in tons of matches, a lot more. Yeah, their last loss was against Liverpool. So they haven't lost in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 matches. So we haven't lost in 5 matches. In 6 matches, they haven't lost in 16 matches. But that's a factor to pay attention to. But another factor is that we've kept clean sheets, 3 consecutive clean sheets. They've conceded in 3 consecutive games. The trend is that they've started conceding. Our own trend is that we've stopped conceding. So, irrespective of the fact that they've scored 3 more goals than us, it doesn't really matter. So, you could say the metrics cancel each other out to some extent. So, Chelsea haven't lost in 6 matches. Yeah. Average goal per 90 minutes is 1.9 goals per match. I think I knew about that for a while, and I don't think that has improved. Arsenal have kept the most clean sheet in the competition, but they've conceded in 3 consecutive games now. That's important. And then Arsenal haven't lost to Chelsea in their last 8 matches. They've won 6 of it and drawn 2. But here's what gives me confidence. Yeah, Enzo Maresca looks like he's a hoodoo breaker, if that makes sense. I don't know if you get the point. He broke the jinx against Brentford. They've been beating us back and forth until the arrival of Enzo Maresca. That changed. I think there's another team also that had a hoodoo over us that he broke. So I'm confident. I'm not confused. I'm not concerned with regards to what history suggests what might happen. So yeah, there are. You see, as you given the insights we've looked at, some of them, uh, yeah, you say breaks in favor of them. Some, yeah, you say clean sheets in recent games. In out of 5 games, breaks are toward in favor of Chelsea. Total number of goals in their favor, history in their favor, but history doesn't win you games. And I think our boys have matured enough not to bother about what has happened in the past, but will be eager to write their own history. Yeah. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 157 people following, 161 people following the show. Still stuck on 87 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. But let's see. Let's catch up with the items we have lined up here. There you go. Chelsea look better and strong without Havertz in attack. Garnacho, Neto, Estevao, João Pedro, Delap, and Palmer, they are all 10 times better than this German Heston. And there's a way you'd phrase what you just said, and I'll listen to you. But the way you phrased your comment right now sounds like you're bitter. Yeah, you're salty. So even if you're making sense, usually when somebody, you can say, you can say, your comment is riddled with name calling, and that alone, I don't want to even read the. You can say try to. What's the language I'm looking for? I'm not trying to pay attention to the context of your comment because you've ruined it by name calling 1,000 times in one single comment. To be good. Big up to you, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this morning. And he says, smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. Right now, we're at 28,601 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it alone. So thank you for your immense support. We continue to grow. Your support encourages me quite a lot. Yeah, smash the like button. Up the Charles, and big up to the panel and the chat. We don't like you, so leave us alone, Tabel. Cucurella, I was 5-0 when Chelsea lost. Okay, when Chelsea lost to Arsenal at the Emirates last year. Trossard's goal, Ben White's brace, Havertz's brace. That game made me angry, and every Chelsea fan will punch out. I didn't need that game to, to to join the Watch Out campaign, really. 155 people here. Push us to 100 likes. I know we can do that. 151, 91 likes, 9 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Look at Ben White now. He doesn't even start for Arsenal. Arsenal, they've made quite a lot of changes, really. Look at this bro that I don't like. Vic, I appreciate you, bro. I'm just kidding. I do hope you're doing well. Sorry that I haven't reached out to see how you're doing. But thank you for joining the conversation. 8 more likes to get it to 100 people. Let's make it happen. We can do that and make it. That would be the fourth time within the week that we've reached 100 likes. So let's keep the trend. You can say keep that trajectory going up. Let's see. Saying hello to you, Vic, my bro. I hope you're doing well. Vic, you're allowed to say just hello to Iron Lone and not Babas. Not good emotionally. Okay, I don't want to read that again. All right, we've looked at that. I don't think there's anything else worth looking at here. We know that we haven't done well against them at home. I hope that changes today. Let me take a peek and see the result between Crystal Palace and Manchester United. They could have been 2-0 up, but the goal ruled off. Ruled out. 8 more likes to get it to 100 people. Let's make it happen. So I think it's time for the lineup prediction exercise. Let's go. Let's get it done. I need a break too. I am exhausted. Jesus Christ. I was awake last night grading assignments and didn't sleep early. Uh, why am I reading that? All right. So let's go. The lineup prediction exercise, we'll go for it. Between the sticks, we know who. Yeah, as I like to say, jokingly, yeah, I've done my research. I think he's certainly starting between the sticks, so you don't need to bother yourself trying to figure out who starts between the sticks. So Sanchez definitely, yeah, and right back, yeah, I'm going to say this again. I don't see a world where Malo Gusto doesn't start this game. Arsenal have pacey forwards, irrespective of who starts on either flanks. So I think it makes sense that Gusto starts on the right hand side. And I think we're going to be, you can say, alternating between this window. They're suggesting that on the left hand side for Arsenal, that if you're facing the Arsenal 11, predicted 11 here, they have Cafiori there and Madueke or any other player on that side. So this guy, Gusto starting in the
Gusto
right
with
back.
Reese in front of him.
Sorry?
Gusto with Reese on the right side of midfield.
Yeah, it makes sense. So that's good balance on that side. Yeah.
And
James here.
Chalaba on the right, centre back.
Yeah, Chalobah here. I
Well,
think it
left
makes sense.
centre back will be Fofana. Left back Cucurella and Caicedo left midfield.
Mhm.
Then at the playmaking position in front of the midfield will be Enzo. On the left, I know he'll probably do Garnacho, but
No, I don't think it will be Ganacho. I like Ganacho, but I don't think in this game. Sorry, not Cucurella here. Apologies. What am I doing? Here it should be
Enzo,
Enzo. I was
unless he
just
puts
so analyzing
João
something in
Pedro
my
on the
head.
left.
So Caicedo here.
Yeah. Unless he puts João Pedro on the left.
No, here's why I said this place is not going to be Garnacho. As good as I believe he's been since joining Chelsea, or maybe the improvements we've seen, even him trying to contribute defensively, I think we're going to see Pedro Neto on the left, just the same way he was utilized against PSG in the Club World Cup final. So I don't think Maresca, I don't think he'd be that concerned about the left hand side here, given the fact we have James here, we have Malo Gusto there who has space, given James also the fact that James is also, you can say, mainly on the right hand side, but I know not necessarily strictly on the right hand side. He can always drift outwards to support, you can say, to contribute to the defensive aspect of the game for us. Sorry, this thing isn't fluid because I don't have a board here that I can draw easily and it will move it. I'm using the mice. So, but that's, by the way, you get the point, Bobby. So on this side, we have good balance here. But you can argue we don't necessarily have such balance on the left hand side here. Because Caicedo will operate mainly in again in the central area. So I think we'd see the same type of thing at the same type of approach, like you say, placement of players we observed against a PSG. Pedro Neto on the left hand side, his excellent, you could say, his selflessness will be key on the left hand side because he wouldn't mind putting in defensive shift to ensure we don't concede. You get my point, Bobby? You there, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then who's on the right? I don't mind not having Garnacho.
No,
I don't
whoever.
really hate
Yes,
Garnacho.
here's what I'm trying to explain.
So you're
Whoever
saying
starts on the
Estevao
right
starts. Okay, that's fine.
will still be fine because James is on mainly on this side, and Gusto is also on this side, and he has pace. But on the left hand
So
side,
Estevao on the right, Neto on the left, and
yeah,
in the
I wouldn't
middle,
mind Estevao on the right.
either Jao Pedro or Delap.
So I think it will make sense for Neto to be on the left hand side. He brings good balance because in terms of putting in defensive shift, he's selfless. The sort of performance we saw again against PSG, he was selfless on the day. Then he operated mainly actually as wing back and was more focused on stopping Hakimi and Co. So yeah, I think him on the left makes sense. Here's where yeah, okay, I think yeah, I think we'd see Estevao start this game. In my opinion, since I don't think it'd be too much to start him in this game, given that you say the manager Enzo Maresca has rested him. In a lot of you say he gives him space to rest, but I think we need him in this game. Really, we do need him, and he has excellent vision. He's capable of orchestrating excellent passes, and I think it makes sense to start him. And we usually see us playing with two tens, occupying two pockets for tens. Um, I'd like to see Estevao here, and I think we might see him there. You know, so let's see what we have here. Vic Haven saying hello to everyone else, but coach, I'm just gonna block you. You know I have the power to block you, Vic. You know, right? I don't like. All right, Ty. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you doing that. Um, Vic, just leave me the heck alone. Go away. I don't like you. And I just hope Kopama, and that's Namaya Fowale, aka Kopama, says, I just hope Tosin doesn't start. I will be scared if Tosin starts. He might actually start. And if he starts, I think the only thing Maresca will, again, he'd have to tweak a lot because you don't want to. You could say a situation where Tosin will be isolated and be found wanting in terms of you could say accelerating quicker than usual to keep up with an attacking player if they hit us on a break. But if we can find a way to mask his deficiencies, you can say his lack of good acceleration, and still have him on the pitch. He's good aerially. He's also again he can put in excellently timed tackles, last ditch tackles to stop us from conceding, and he's an excellent box defender. You just don't want to see him isolated, and I think people are slating him unnecessarily. He did struggle a bit when he returned from injury, and that's usually the case with most players after recovering from an injury. They're usually not the same. They don't show the same level of performances you've experienced from them or you've observed when they're on the pitch until you say they play consistently for a while before they start. You can say measuring the love, you can say, the level of performances they've shown in the past, and you could say that's the same with Tosin. I trust Tosin, and I haven't stopped trusting him, irrespective of what anybody things. You can go check all the games he's played for us. You will see people singing in praises in majority of the games he's played. But yeah, the average football fan, it takes just a few mistakes to categorize you as a bad player. And I don't think he's made tons of mistakes actually, but at this level, one mistake is huge, if we're being honest. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 211 people still following the show. 103 likes. Congratulations to us. We made it. That which means in 4 shows now, we've made 100 likes plus. Yeah, that's not easy. And in 3 consecutive shows now, currently, I think, yeah, 3 consecutive shows, we've made 100 likes. So let's celebrate that. Fireworks made it back. So yeah, 103 likes. I know we can do a lot better than that. Let's keep the likes going up. So, but thank you. We're not gonna get greedy. We appreciate you all. Taking the time to drop a like on the video, that does go a long way. You guys are absolute legends. So thank you. We'll try to continue to be consistent. But here's the truth: the length of the shows will lessen. Yeah, we were able to stream for 4 hours plus. In how many shows right now? I don't think Dante has recovered for the last 4 hour show he was part of. Um, Still on the treatment table. The length of the show was shortened to 1 hour 30 minutes because the kids start school again from tomorrow. Yeah, Thanksgiving break is over. But during weekends it'd be 4 hours plus if we want to. It depends on when we start. But that's by the way. Let's see, where are we? Let's catch up once again. We'll win according to Leo underscore anthem. I hope we'll win. It's a tight game. Numbers scream draw, but it's a sort of game that, yeah, it could break in favor of either of the two sides. Okay, okay. Stay strong, my boss. You can always message me privately. Privately. I don't want to start reading that in public. Okay. How about Kopama being told that he is available for selection? Let's just leave it at that. Kelechi Akponwa. I like your name, Kalechi. But thank you for joining the conversation. One day I appreciate you. Here, your opinion matters. If this is your first time here, feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. So let's see. Yeah, yeah, Ty has moved on. I told him. I don't want Tosin isolated. Yeah, I think if he starts, I think the manager will, like you say, will have a solution in place to see that doesn't happen. But if when in terms of Tosin being isolated, if in time 1v1 face to face, I trust him. Isolated when it comes to him needing to accelerate and catch up with an opposition player when they hit us on the break, that's when I get concerned. Listen, he is deceptively quick, but acceleration is where the problem lies. It was actually Dante that made me realize that, and it's a fact. Good morning. What time is the game? The game for me, I'll be able. It depends on where you are. Um, Chelsea's game is 10:30 a.m. for Nigerians, so it should be West Africa. It should be 6:30 p.m. for UK, also around that time. Might be. So let's see. Yeah, it depends on where you are. So, but if you have a sports app, you open it for the game, you'd see a time reflective of your time zone. So let's see if Tosin starts. Well, Trevor Chalobah shouldn't be next to him. It doesn't work. Tosin is one of you can say is the strongest aerially in terms of the defenders we have. Yeah. So let's see what else we have here. I would bring Palma and Estevao on at 68 minutes. That would raise the team and atmosphere. I would start one of them. Yeah, keep the blue flag flying high. I like your name, by the way. I will start one of them. I don't. I wouldn't want a situation where both will sit on the bench. I think they have each both they do have the fear factor, if I may, and so one of them should be on the pitch. And yeah, I'd like, but let's see what the manager does. My Florida friend, Aldo Castro, amigo, Florida, Orlando, Florida, United States, Texas, United States for me. But nice to see you, amigo. I appreciate you. I remember you. I think you've said hello to us before, but thank you for joining the conversation once again, amigo. Palma, Estevão, and Neto to start. It's Dejoke Ibrahim. Three of them. We'll see. Never say never. Enzo Maresca has proven to be predictably unpredictable. Tammy Abraham has 5 goals, 1 assist in 13 games for Besiktas on loan from AS Parma. I really did want Tammy Abraham to choose Nigeria over England because it true remains in England that they are spoiled with talent. So it take you can say you'd have to be an exceptional talent to keep your place or even to get a chance to actually play. I don't know whether he'd still be able to switch nationality. His experience, I think the Super Eagles would welcome him. I don't know why they don't think ahead of it. Just pisses me off really, but I don't want to talk about it. So Estevao for me here, I'm not saying this is you can say my preferred lineup. I think Estevao will start. I think so. Or Palmer will start and Estevao will be on the bench. I need to reprogram this. I wanted to add, I have a code in place actually to implement match player ratings of future, but I haven't had the time. I have a lot going on. I haven't having a lot of time to implement it, and I want to add it to just a perspectives website. Okay, Bobby, let's talk about this. The number 9 position, right?
Yep.
Delap played the part, but João Pedro didn't even get a minute in that game. But here's the thing: if one
That means
argues,
it's more
but
likely
Delap
he'll
came
start
on,
today.
and scored, so the manager would want to field him so that he can, you can say, because he'd be high on confidence. I mean, that'd be a sensible argument. But let's hear you.
Yeah, the fact that João Pedro didn't play tells me that it's likely he could start.
Yeah, likely to start over the lap. Or chances I would see. Do I see a world where we see both to make it even more difficult for Arsenal defenders? It's a possibility because both can be physical and aggressive, but that would mean one of James August not starting, which I don't see happening.
Yeah, the defense and the midfield will stay the same. It's the forward line he'll move things around, and I think he would probably start João Pedro ahead of the lap because of his mobility.
Hmm. Yeah, possibly. The lab also can, you could say he can be mobile too. He is mobile because I think people don't give him don't look beyond you can say people don't look beyond the lab's build uh to see the fact that he's actually a very mobile player. Honestly, might not be as mobile as João Pedro, but he can be really. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not being argued. The fact of the matter is that um, Maresca is very strategic, and if João Pedro didn't play at all against Barcelona, like he didn't, then I can assure you he's going to play against Arsenal. It's just how Maresca does things. The lap will
Yeah.
come off the bench.
The lap might come off the bench, but I don't see a world where both starts. That's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Let's see. Since Cucurella lives in Texas, hopefully you will enjoy a Texas barbecue. Yeah, I've been to a few, but I still you can say this is our first Christmas here. Still a lot to learn about this place, but I'm loving it. Uh, um, let's see. Yeah, let's move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go along with. But here's the thing: we might actually see a Texas two platform exchange shows with Lone Star, CFC Lone Star, a Texas based Chelsea aligned podcast. Excellent podcast, actually. They are friends of the community, and we met, I think, on Instagram. And it turns out they live like 30 minutes away from me. I just discovered that yesterday. And yeah, so collaboration certainly will happen between the two platforms, and I love the guys. I think we exchange numbers and all that, and I think the plan is to speak today and make plans on how we can, you could say, grow together, grow and then push our aim to help grow our beloved club's fan base. But that's, by the way, 110 likes. Excellent. So we can get a lot more. Let's push it up. Let's push the envelope. We still have 178 people following the show. And let me look for update. What's going on? I think we'll go news hunting. And then after the news hunting, then we'll call it a day. Still 1-0 Crystal Palace. Could have been two, but second goal was ruled out 52nd minutes into the game. I hope they win. So I want people to cook United tray on X. So Bobby would say that João Pedro, I think he starts. It's only fair because he didn't even play a part in our last game. And you could argue also, there's also a strong argument that the lab starts too. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. And the lab, you could argue, not 100% fit yet.
Sorry, coach.
I'm saying you could argue definitely João Pedro start, but at the same time, that's a strong argument for the lap. He scored against Barcelona. He came off the bench, didn't really play a part. You could say didn't start the Barcelona game. So there's a strong argument for both number. You can say both players. João Pedro, for me, I don't see him as number 9, but I think he starts.
Yeah,
I
he
think
does.
João Pedro
But
starts
you
this game.
also have to think that there's the Leeds game coming up in I think 2 days' time. So he's going to go with João Pedro.
Yeah, he will go with João Pedro, and it makes sense. He didn't play in the Champions League. I don't think it makes sense that he benches him in this game also. And he's actually managed the squad very very well, and the players seem to be happy. Everybody's getting game time, and we have tons of games to play. So I think for me, if I see this 11, I mean, I will not complain. It's a strong 11. But if I don't see Estevao on the pitch or Kopama on the pitch, I'd have questions. But I think, yeah, he starts NATO. He's been in excellent form of late, and some some crazy Chelsea fan was suggesting we look to sell him because Estevao arrived. If that made me laugh. He's the more experienced of the two players. Their profiles differ. They're not the same, but they complement each other, and we've seen that they both can actually be on the pitch at the same time. So, but sometimes people just want to say speak for the sake of it. I know that sort of thing that infuriates Bobby. Fans calling for certain players to be sold. Even I think it was Dante that reminded everyone the other day he's actually the player with the most goals contribution for Chelsea. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the squad, this is certainly not the time. We don't have that abundance of players to start talking now of getting rid of perhaps one of our more effective players. It makes no sense.
more importantly, most experienced. One of our most experienced players.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and he's become a leader. He did say that himself. He's one of the leaders now in the squad, and so much is expected of him beyond his performances on the pitch. So, on and off the pitch, he is of great importance to this very young squad. Yeah. So, news hunting before we call it a day. I don't know anything else you want us to talk about, Bobby, before we go news hunting. You can say address newly emerged items and call it a day, but up to you.
No, we can go news hunting. There's not that much to really address yet until after the game.
I agree. I agree. So let's see. Let's go news hunting. News hunting it is. I think I'm gonna refresh it in a bit. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yep, 112 likes. Wow, I can now thank you guys enough. And chances are, if we stream, if we still continue, we'll get 200 likes. But we're not gonna just let it go. We'll bore you to death because nothing, not so much out there to talk about. And at the moment, also, if you have questions, drop it in the live chat session. I'll do my best to address them. We will do our best to address them, but you know the rule. Keep the question simple. If you ask a difficult question, you're not gonna get an answer. Just kidding, anyway. But yeah, if you ask questions, we'll do our best to address your question. If you cannot, we'll let you know. We're humans. We don't know everything. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth that knows everything. Even AI doesn't know everything. And that's by the way, let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And news hunting on my bros page. Vince, an opinion here. Ziki, is how you pronounce his name, is really good. But we're not here to look at that. Look at Vince's expected lineup. João Pedro starts over Liam Delap. We agree on that. 10th position in the starting structure. Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto. I think Pedro Neto will be on the left hand side. Pedro Neto, I think more likely on the left hand side. Do I think Garnacho start? I don't think so, but that's just an opinion. He might end up starting 2 6s. Yeah, I think we do feel the same. James and Caicedo with Malo Gusto right back, but he thinks Maresca will retain Chaloba and Fofana. I think to an extent, but Chaloba, our best defender in terms of uh, aerial from I think aerial ability. Tosin for me. He might start. I don't know. I really do not know. So let's see.
Tosin is not quick enough to start, not against Arsenal. And he's not good enough on the ball either.
No, being good on the ball is his thing. If anything, I'd stick with good. Tosin is actually one of the better players in terms of ball playing ability. It is in this order in terms of ball playing ability and ability on the ball. Levi Colwell, number one. Benwa Badashile second. Tosin number three. In terms of ball playing ability, he's actually good at it. Pace is where acceleration actually, because he can be quick. He is deceptively quick, but acceleration is his biggest issue. So, but here's what's going to happen. If Maresca starts him, I think he'd make all the tweaks to ensure there's no, again, we don't find ourselves in situations in a situation where he'd be isolated or find wanting, or maybe him needing to catch up with an opposition if they catch us on the break. Go ahead, what you're saying, Bobby.
No, I made my point.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's funny. But I made my point.
You made your point, all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I just said that he's not as I mean, when it comes to a game where you need a defender to be a ball player and to be quick, I don't think he's that guy. I really don't. He's okay. He's okay with the ball at his feet, but he tends to be slow The pace of the game needs to be slow for him, and this is not going to be a slow-paced game.
Mm. Yeah, it's not gonna be. But guys, can you imagine Kuchila and Bobby at I am a celebrity, get me out of here. Just leave me alone, man. So probably that I don't think we'd find a lot to talk about in terms of this news hunting in particular. The whole Premier League is banking on Chelsea to beat Arsenal. Yep. Yep. Just like Arsenal were banking on us to beat Liverpool, and we got the job done, not just for Arsenal alone, but for ourselves. We needed the 3 points. Kindred Pies starts again. Okay, that's him. Our sister club. Emera on the bench being rested. Yeah, because they have European competition to play. Yeah, Pies, I hope he does well today. Nothing new emerged. Enzo Maresca and why Estevao isn't starting many games. I'm just trying to help him, and the kid understands that. His agent understands that, and even did say something about it publicly, and basically he was basically praising Maresca or thanking him for how he's handled Estevão Willian's start to life as a Chelsea player. I'm just trying to help him to give him the right time. Don't put him under pressure. More importantly, just to use him in the right ways. So this is the reason why he's not playing every game and shouldn't be playing every game. Yeah, eventually he will become a regular starter. Even then, the manager will still rotate. He's not a machine, he's a human being. And if you try to play him every game, you'd burn him out. It just wouldn't make sense to do that. So another comment here reads Enzo Maresca, I think winning last season or finish up for helped a lot in terms of confidence, in terms of energy, in terms of belief, because they can see that they are able to do anything to win any game. I agree, any games, plural there. So for sure, I think last season helped a lot, and I think this season you can see that uh, we are getting better and better. Also in terms of experience, that is an important part. And as Bobby, as you would say, uh, winning you did say even before we won any of the two trophies we won, that winning any of those trophies will do the kids a world of good. And you can argue we're seeing some level of maturity that you can say some level of maturity that justifies what you said at the time, that winning will do them a world of good. They're not the same. We're not the same team we were last season. We've seen occasions where we considered first this season and still went ahead to win games or get a good result. We don't look, you can say, pressured even when we concede first. Let's hear you, Bobby.
Sorry, I keep coming up distracted, Coach. Where are we? So where are we?
I'm just saying that the two trophies we won last season, as Maresca is mentioning in his comment here, has helped the confidence of the player. That the player they've seen that they can achieve whatever they're out to achieve if they put in the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only has it helped with their confidence, but they are capable of achieving more. They've had a year plus together, which itself is vital for squad building and squad experience, both for the players and for the manager, knowing his players. He knows his players better than he did when he started. That's just common sense. So, yeah, I mean, the squad is still learning, the squad is still building, but it's going in the right direction. Um, yeah, certainly so far. This is a major test for them. People said that Barcelona was a big test, and prior to that, people said PSG was a big test, and Bayern Munich, and apart from Bayern Munich, everything else has seemed to be okay. I'm quite curious about this game myself. I don't want any bozo moments. This team sometimes has bozo moments, like it did against Man United.
Mhm.
If it's mentally in check and focused, I think it could do something today. I think we could spring some surprise today.
Yeah. United have turned the game on its head. They're winning by 2 goals to 1 right now. Wow, and Mason Mount scored. My world. Yeah. And
Well, the
United now
second
have
half has just started, hasn't it?
sorry?
The second half has just started.
No, the 65th minutes, 66 minutes. So
Well,
yeah, it looks
it's
like they're
not
gonna win it.
66 minute. It's not. It's not. It's not like the last 10 minutes
No,
or the
it's
last.
not. There's still time. They could score a lot more
Exactly.
because usually coming from 1 goal down, getting an equalizing goal and scoring one more, momentum is on your side.
No, I wouldn't write off Crystal Palace just yet.
They have a
It's
very
not
an
that sort
excellent
of team.
manager, but let's see what happens. But they're more
Mm.
likely to win. But yeah, we're better off United winning because if Crystal Palace win, they'd be 23 points. So you see why I want United to win. If
Yeah,
Crystal Palace
yeah, I
win,
see.
they will be 23 points, so on level, on par with us, but would have a lot more goals than them. So we're better off United winning than they having 21 points. Let's see, bro, Gotam Kapali. Apologies that your message got deleted, and here's the reason why that happened. Please do not use refrain from using more than three emojis. And we have an AI that's helping us police the chat. So when you use more than three emojis and you're not a moderator, it will delete your message and time you out, and that's exactly what happened. So please, apologies for that. Welcome to the Chelsea Perspective community. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. So thank you for joining the conversation. So let's see what else we have here. Imagine, okay, I've read that. And my bro, Zion is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. BCM Sports USA. I like that name. Abbreviation BCM Blue Clouds Media USA. Excellent name. Hello, Kashila and the Blue family. Good morning. Good morning to you too, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. BCM, let me trigger that command. More likes, 124 likes, people. We're news hunting right now. Uh, 1 second, let me check something. My camera is showing that somebody is in front of the house. Yeah, just someone walking their dog. So let's see. My bro is in the house, and big up. Need people go and check out my bro's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He's passionate, loves Chelsea Football Club to the core, loves football overall to the core. Look, he is a Chelsea fan, but he covers every football club. Part, yeah, he covers every football club dedicated. Except circumstances can sometimes lead to one not being online consistently, just like as was my case a month ago or so, or when we newly moved to Texas and all that. But in this case, let's go support him and help him get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Good morning to you, my bro. I appreciate you. Much love to you. So let's see what else do we have here. I'm gonna pin the link to Nee's YouTube channel. I'm gonna pin it to the very top so people can see it. Where is it? Pin, replace pinned comment. Yeah, I can. Let's do that. So by the way, the poll that asks the question, who should start up front versus Arsenal? Let's see. Wow, 50-50. My word, out of 549 votes, 50% wants it to be João Pedro, not 50-50. Liam, 32% wants it to be Liam Delap, and 80% said none. Then who? They want probably Pedro Neto, or I don't know what they want to see. Let's see. Let's continue the news. News content here. All right. We've read this. Antonio Rudiger, I think we've addressed this particular report. Tuchel is the best manager, and I said if I were Rudiger, I'd phrase that differently. Nothing new here again. And if you have any questions and you're in the chat, go ahead, shoot for it. We will try to address it. Otherwise, I think we'll call it a day. We've been streaming for 2 hours. You could say nearly 3 hours right now. 2 hours of 54 minutes. So 6 more minutes, then it's 3 hours of streaming. Nothing new has emerged. I'm going to refresh one more time. But if you have any questions, drop it in the live chat session and we will try to address it. I remember, don't make it too difficult, otherwise, I will pretend we cannot see it. All right. And if you're in the chat, if you have a family member or your siblings celebrating birthday, let us know so we can pop the balloons off for them. We usually do it for members of the community only, but I think we will do it for anybody. If you have a sibling that's celebrating his or her birthday or friend, and you want to shout them out, you have about 5 minutes to let it know, so we can shout them out for you. Yeah. Let's see. Is Neto starting? Most likely, I think so, but I'm not too sure. The manager, once again, is proven to be predictably unpredictable. But I think, given Neto's, you could say, selfless manner, and again, the fact that he applies himself in a selfless manner, if need be, on the pitch, like not being offensive minded, but defensively minded, or maybe half and half, offensive but defensively cautious, just like he did against PSG. I think the manager probably might start him because he has the pace and can put in excellent work on the day. He might so the manager might decide to utilize him in that manner, but we'll see. Will be good manager in the Premier League? I don't know really. Yeah. Oh, you don't think he starts? Yeah, he says, Patriots, Pedro not disciplined enough to stay off there. I will go with Delap. But do you think the manager wants any number nine you could say that operates like a traditional number nine? I would say Enzo Maresca's ideal number nine is the sort of number nine that's capable of dropping deep, participating, you could say, in the play, creating for his teammates, and sometimes be a decoy. Just the same way João Pedro operated against PSG. Sometimes he operated as a decoy. Sometimes, yeah, he was there. So I don't think Maresca likes number nines that operate as traditional number nines. But both are capable of operating like hybrid number nines. Yeah. So both are you could say no. I don't think Maresca would want any of our number nines to operate in a traditional manner, but we'll see. But I get your point really. Up, Eric Waku. Nice to see you, Mr. Eric. Thank you for joining the conversation. If this is your first time here, welcome to the Chelsea Perspective community. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. So thank you so much. And very soon I'm gonna train my boys. They've learned to every time they wake up, the first thing they do is to come join me in the background and distract me. I think I'm gonna turn them into studio engineers, and I think it's gonna work. Money Mace, what a goal! I haven't seen the goal really. Yeah, good for him. And he scored a goal at a day that I want Man United to win. Yeah. Good for him. I'll check out the goal when I get a chance. But happy he scored. You know, I think Chelsea fans will now say Agent Mason, uh, Mason Mount, one player that you can say it pains me that yeah he probably not gonna reach his potentials because yeah there's a lot more to his game than you say what manages value the most in him, which is his industry. And that pained me a lot. And didn't get a lot of coaching because he emerged onto the scenes early on in his career. And apart from his loan spell in the Dutch league, the moment he came back to the Premier League, the coaches he worked under didn't coach him that much. They just wanted his industry, his pressing, the amount of running he does on the pitch. At some point, Thomas Tuchel wanted to play him until he passes out. But he's still a good player. Anyway, it's just that he's not where I believe he should be as a player, in my opinion. I'm gonna check the goal. So yeah, would you have taken Thiago Motta at Chelsea? No, 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 no. I think he- I didn't consider him. I didn't want Hansi Flick. Would have, you could say. I think because Hansi Flick doesn't compromise his approach, which would be a huge issue in the Premier League. Luis Enrique, I wanted because I know he likes tiki taka, but he's as I did say at the time, he's a more pragmatic version of Pep Guardiola. He does know how to be pragmatic if need be. I didn't want Roberto De Zerbi. Reason being, again, he's a good manager, has a very unique approach to the game, but I think he still hasn't learned how to, you could say, be a bit pragmatic also and get good results. It doesn't compromise his approach also, which is a huge issue for me. Um, the moment again, I watched a few games, Leicester City games, because Kelechi, who was that? Not Kelechi, Didi played under Enzo Maresca, so I knew I was, you could say, well acquainted with his approach. I did realize I knew before time, before even before he became our manager, that he is dynamic. His approach is dynamic, not bent on using a particular approach. He likes his team to dominate position, but sometimes he doesn't care about position, just finds a way to win. You can say you can say Italian version of Pep because he does know how to be pragmatic. So when I heard that he was on the verge of becoming our manager, I didn't complain. And I remembered that, yeah, he worked with Pep that season when they won everything. And bless his soul, our friend, and may his soul continue to rest in peace. Roger at the time was arguing that's a difference, but that he doesn't have Premier League experience. And I say he does have Premier League experience. He was Pep's assistant manager. It doesn't matter whether he was the one calling the shots or not. And that I don't think Pep would value him as his assistant manager if he doesn't bring anything to the table. So even if he didn't, the fact that he was part of that staff that won everything that year for Man City, he must have learned a thing or two. So yeah, I never wanted Thiago Motta. I respected what he did, but didn't want him. Didn't want, and I didn't want what's his name, the former Belgium Man City captain and Belgium national team captain company. I didn't want him. I didn't want Keenan, the one that coached is it Ipswich, or a few names that were mentioned at the time that I didn't want. The Zervi, I felt like, yeah, he still haven't perfected his very unique approach too. Yeah. So let's see. Trend. They're learning. I don't need to. I don't need to teach them anything. Probably my son. Probably he knows the names of opposition teams that I don't know. Yeah, but I think I have to do that cautiously. I don't want it uh, to be, you could say, a distraction. They still have to pay attention to their studies, and more importantly, Palmer will not start, especially in a high intense game. Just came back from injury. I think someone else has said that before, so that may well be the case. Story base, we could see that. Yeah, let's see. I'm talking about Thiago Motta as a player. No, yeah, fine. As a player, fine. But as a manager, no. didn't see how it was the team he coached before he went to Juventus. In Maresca, I do trust him. I do trust him. Never questioned him. I'm not going to stay here and argue that he's imperfect. There are things that you say he's done that, yeah, I didn't like. And I made it clear that I didn't like these things, but no need going into them. Yeah, may his soul continue to rest in peace. Imagine Thiago Motta and Michaelis. Yeah, but that's, by the way, nothing new has emerged. It doesn't look like you guys have questions for us. And I think we've covered everything. One more refresh. I think I did a refresh already. Let's see if anything new emerged. Yeah, nothing. Vince is following the game. And I think with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. We still have 167 people following the show, 232 in total, 167 on YouTube, the rest shared between X and Facebook. And please, 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 if you're following the show on X, kindly do us a favor. Take a second, drop a like on the video. Follow our X account so that you'd know whenever we go live. And also help us reach 7,000 followers on X. We'd really appreciate that. And on Facebook, if you're following the show, please kindly do us a favor, drop a like on the video, and follow our Facebook account. Help us reach 2,000 followers on Facebook. On YouTube, we're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers, currently at 28K 628. If you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video, and follow and subscribe to our YouTube account. So I want to say thank you to Bobby for finding the time to join me on the panel here. I appreciate you. It looks like Dante hasn't recovered from the 4-hour stream a few days ago. Mabas05, thank you for being respectful today. I appreciate you for finding the time to join the conversation. And my bro, Zion, thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. Mabas05, once again, thank you. Thank you, Story. What's your name again? Story Base, thank you for joining. Who else was here? Ty was also here. Eric, thank you for joining. The first person, Young Gunner, was here. The first person that commented, Young Gunner, Arsenal friend. Okay, Aldo Castro, Florida friend, thank you for joining. And if I miss your name, apologies, I'm only human. And Glenn 10, if you're listening, bro, I haven't forgotten about you. I'll reach out soon to see how you're doing. And Dante told me that you're doing well, that he did speak with you a few days ago. Glad to hear that, but I need to reach out myself. With that, we've come to the natural end of the show. And if I miss your name, apologies, I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky. Just
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's Estevao, there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's Estevao, there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, full of dust, and then with a love this storm. Every phone says to ver, every was a stretch. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soul. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. Then if a cowboy said, for real of dust, and then with a love this storm. Every phone says to ver, every was a stretch. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soul. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. Then if a cowboy said, for real of dust, and then with a love this storm. Every phone says to ver, every was a stretch. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soul. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore.